Welcome to the Winds of Chaos, the Dungeons & Dragons campaign where you can influence the course of the game. You can harness the Winds of Chaos, this nefarious force of change sweeping across the lands of Gondara, by donating bits during the stream to help or hinder our heroes. For 300 bits, our heroes may find a useful, mundane, non-magical item. For 400 or 500 bits, you can buff the monsters that our heroes are facing with a minor or major mutation, respectively. Special thanks to our community's very own Bo the Distance for creating the random monster mutation table that we roll on for these redeems. For 600 bits, you can compel a player character's flaw. 700 bits grants inspiration to one player character. That's a reroll of a d20 during a clutch moment. And for 800 bits, you can make Flutter die roll on the Wild Magic Surge table, our community's favorite. Flutter's character, Kiona, is a wild magic sorcerer. That means that she doesn't have full control over her arcane powers, and every now and then, well, you'll just have to wait and see what happens. Finally, subscribers to the Dungeon Masters channel, that's Twitch TV/GhostPepper, can harness the Winds of Chaos to blow a custom NPC or magic item of appropriate level into the party's path. Please DM me on Discord for more info. Oh, one last thing. If you're a regular supporter of this campaign and redeeming or subscribing or things like that are things that you do fairly regularly, please consider subscribing to our monthly coffee plan. We use the proceeds from that to go directly towards funding improvements to the game, music, artwork, subscriptions to different services that make our game that much better. Any monthly supporters get a free Major Monster Mutation, Wild Magic Surge, custom NPC, or magic item once per month. We really appreciate all of our coffee subscribers, all of our bits redeemers, and every single one of you who watches the game. Please enjoy the show.
Hello. Uh-oh. Woof, I'm sorry. Your thing. You're just is the thing because we have to mute do the mute unmute thing now, so it's like I just had it up from that. Hi guys. Hello, Flumps. Catching up with Ghost, Megan, and Wolf, yes! 31 months. Amazing, amazing. I was gonna say, there's actually no way to do that? Oh my goodness. Guys, let me know how the sound balance is tonight. Anybody in the chat, just chime in, tell us if the music is too loud, if I'm too loud, if any of the participants are too loud or quiet, please let us know. We want to be able to, communicate with you guys effectively. Oh, hi, Dill Sauce. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Flumps. How are you doing, you guys? How has the week been going for everybody? What's going on, Dill? Dill Sauce? Did we call it Dill? Just Dill? Is that okay? The Sauce Meister? Oh my god. The Sauce Man. The Sauce Meister. I do think that that'll stick as long as it's not offensive to Dill. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. That was a natural 1. I just rolled a natural 1 testing my dice. Baby, you are not it tonight. Unless... Oh, do you think that's the case? Should I try again with that one? Usually I give him 1 shot, though. I'm a hard ass on this kind. No, I rolled a 6 next. I don't think so. Bruce, what's going on? Thank you so much for that cheer. You guys, you are so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, you need one of those. Oh, and there's a nat 20. Listen, I just now grabbed mine, so let's be honest. This group isn't really the best about thinking about things ahead of time like that. I'm just now rolling my dice to test them for the game. Come on. This baby gave me a nat 20 just then, so I don't know. I know. Yeah, but that's how I pick my dice. Oh, that one went what? I need to stop rolling. That's right. That is sad times. We will miss you. As Flumps and I were saying before the stream. Jesus, woof. Seriously? Honey Shuckle, thank you so much for that raid. I really appreciate you. Grab your ladder shades. It's a Shuckle raid. I love it. Can one of you goons give a shout out to Honey Shuckle for me, please? You guys are faster at that stuff than I am. You're terrible. You guys. I also will say that prior to the stream, Flumps and I were praising the crap out of Ghost Pepper's DMing skills. So I just... Oh, you can only hear me? What? Oh, they can't hear you guys! What is happening? Oh my god. It has the right properties, but it just didn't... Oh no, why isn't it picking it up? What is going on? Somebody say something. No, why?
Hello, friends.
Hello.
We all
There it
know
is.
that OBS stands for original
The
bitch
volume
software.
was way down because of the Switch, you guys. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh no.
hopefully it's been somewhat entertaining, I guess.
All right.
Sorry.
It's been somewhat entertaining
Look,
to hear you talk to
chat.
yourself.
We were all talking about how much we love each other and we're
Yeah.
very supportive of each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
This-
We were talking about though how this is going to be our last session for 2 weeks. We're going to be taking a 2-week break while I am traveling out of town to visit my family for this the Christmas trip that didn't happen at Christmas
right.
Oh, goodness.
because of Canadian airport chaos,
Christmas
which
in March is better.
couldn't possibly happen again.
Oh, you guys will be there for Ostara, though. Are you gonna do eggs? I guess eggs is a big thing right now, though.
Oh, I hope not.
You.
Wait. I
Ghost
have
Pepper's
negative
like, please
memories.
don't make me do
I have-
things.
I have negative memories of decorating Easter eggs as a kid. It was
God.
not a good time in the
Oh
Ghost
my
Pepper
goodness.
household.
I love it.
I'm just picturing
Actually-
you guys. Oh, go ahead.
I actually reminisced with my mom the other day about what a absolute pain in the dick doing the Easter eggs was. 'Cause she had this way of my poor mom had this way of doing them where it's like you poke a hole in like both ends and then you take a straw and
Oh,
like
you blow them out?
into
Oh,
it
no.
so you blow we're sitting there.
That'll scar
We're
a
sitting
kid,
there
for
we're
sure.
sitting there like as a kid I'm sitting there like, okay, it's been an hour. When do we get to decorate the first egg? We're just sitting at this
Oh my
while my mom is like
gosh.
passing out, blowing so hard into. Oh no. Anyway, so that's the backstory behind. I hope we're not decorating Easter eggs. Oh my goodness. So, we do have a roleplay warm-up question of the day. It is, what would be the worst curse that your character could ever receive? The worst
Wait,
curse
so I have to look up
that
a
your
curse?
character could ever receive.
Do they know they've been cursed?
It doesn't need to be like a mechanical curse, like
Like a
the
real
spell
D&D
bestow
curse?
curse.
Oh, okay.
No, it doesn't need to be. No.
Okay.
Like the spell bestow curse gives you like disadvantage on all your attack rolls and saving throws or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't remember
yeah.
what it does. That's naff. That's
Okay.
not a good answer. I would if I were to bestow a curse upon your characters, it would be much more original and flavorful. And so I want you to guess what that would be. No, what would be the worst curse you could ever receive? Folks in
This
chat,
is one
if
of those
you
where
have
I hate to answer
a-
it because you're gonna use it against me later.
no, no.
Oh, I think I have mine. All right.
I can't even tell where my note-taking half envelope is.
Dude, you do that too? Oh my god.
I have like an envelope that's been ripped in half sitting on my desk, and I put all my notes on it. I just will have like lists of
gosh.
names. It would be like Collie Flumps, Bruce Campbell's soup, vinyl stencil, showgrass. And I'm like, okay, this was a list for something. Anyway, the worst curse that your character could ever receive. Folks in the chat, if you have a D&D character that is near and dear to your heart, please answer for them, because we love talking shop. We love talking characters with all of you. So while our players are thinking of their answers to this question, I am going to distribute some thank yous. First, huge thank you. I need to say it again. Goes out to our friend Peter Greenwood for hosting our 100th episode last week. That was a huge amount of fun. That's probably the most fun I've had
That was a
in
ton
an
of fun.
episode of Winds of Chaos. It was a blast.
I
I just downloaded the VOD. I'm going to be throwing it up on Flutter's YouTube channel next time I get an opportunity. Might be tonight. If I'm too tired, might be tomorrow. But that VOD is going to be going up soon. Next thank you is for our coffee subscribers. That is Bruce Campbell Soup. Love you, Bruce. ATM0 and Bard Owl. Thank you all for those coffee member subscriptions. Those cost the same as a Twitch sub, and it goes all proceeds go straight into funding improvements for this campaign. So things like the World Anvil that we're working on, things like the Roll20 subscription. We're saving up right now to commission some artwork. So things like that go directly into improving this campaign. So thank you so much to all of you, and remember to use your monthly redeems from your coffee subscriptions. Next thank you is for Starborn Striker and Bow the Distance, our resident rules lawyers, who are always on hand to look things up for us when we're not quite sure how rules interact with each other. There are so many different rules and mechanics in Dungeons and Dragons, especially with the vast amount of source books that come out that always add more mechanics.
that sometimes things just kind of don't fit together properly. So we rely upon and really appreciate Megan and Bo for helping us to look some stuff up when we need it so that we can continue the gameplay. And lastly, thank you to Vinyl Stencil for helping to organize the bits redeems for the same reason, so that instead of me stopping and asking questions of the chat what they want to spend their bits on, Vinyl is always there to ask those questions, organize things, and shoot me a DM so that I can keep on DMing and we can keep the game rolling while we figure things out. And I did say Vinyl was last, but actually what is last but certainly not least is all of you hanging out in the chat right now. Honey Shuggle, Dill, Bruce Campbell Soup, anybody else who might be lurking around right now. We love you. We appreciate you just for being here and sharing this absolute travesty of a D&D campaign with us. All right. So the question is, what would be the worst curse you could ever receive? All right, let's hear from our characters.
I don't know if it's the worst curse, but my brain is a little bit muddled right now. It's the first thing that popped in my head. If Foodle was unable to communicate in any way, that would be that. Yeah, he would die inside.
That would be rough in any way.
Like he couldn't even write or sign, or like he just can't communicate anything. in his
I think
head.
Discord froze.
Uh-oh.
Not for me. Not for me. It might just be for Wolf.
Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think it was just on your end, Wolf.
Wouldn't be surprising.
Sorry. Alright, so Foodle can't communicate in any way.
Yeah, that's rough. That would be, because that's all Foodle does is talk. Like,
Exactly.
Talk and shoot things.
yeah. I think for Kiona, it would be clumsiness. Because, like, everything she does requires some sort of finesse. Like, her lassoing, her entertainment stuff. She's got real good dexterity, I guess. She can do things. But if she became clumsy, she would be such a hot mess. Like, she's a hot mess. She would be, like, an enormous hot mess.
Nice. All right. Woof.
Mine's a little less serious. It'd probably be like Mazra's worst curse would be to be beloved by all children.
Oh my god.
no.
I really feel like that's already happening, though.
Oh,
I feel like
No.
that's already in motion.
No.
Oh,
Never.
no.
I love it.
That's funny. That's funny.
That's what we just did. Striker.
Yeah, we just finished, Megan. The question of the day was, what would be the worst curse you could ever receive? So, if you want to catch up on... Oh, why is my keyboard doing that?
Your character.
Your character. If you want to catch up on what we've been up to in this campaign, you can use the exclamation WOC recap command, Winds of Chaos recap, to access the recap page on the World Anvil, kindly maintained by our friend Woof. So the last time we left off, you made contact with the Black Guild, an underground organization, bless you, of allegedly criminals and ne'er-do-wells, but as you kind of got to know them, they are in fact more like political agitators, pushing for change to the somewhat stifling meritocracy, meritocratic structure in the Rift. You agreed to cooperate with them somewhat on tracking down, following the path of War Master Gilbrand to find out exactly what happened to him when he was in this city last, searching for the chisel used by the giant god of stonework, Borondil. The Black Guild themselves want to retrieve that artifact for reasons that are unbeknownst to you, but they have expressed an interest in it. Is there anything else I missed? Players? Anything else that stood out to you?
We had a minor kerfluffle with a traveling group of adventurers, where we saw
Yeah.
the best side of Mazra to ever show up ever.
Oh yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
What jerks.
Thank you, Meg.
Oh, thank you, Meg. There was Foodle sent Andrew out at the end of the episode because people were following us.
Oh yeah, and we
And-
saw the dude guys. Fuck.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Foodle saw them.
I rolled a nat 20, and so Foodle's very certain that the people following us are gone. But Andrew, or I guess Foodle through Andrew's eyes, saw the silhouette of a figure on a palanquin. And they turned to look at Andrew, and
2 figures.
Right.
It was
It
two
was the
figures?
dudes that were carrying it, not the dude on it. Was it the dude on it?
There were 4 figures carrying the palanquin around, and the palanquin
Oh.
had 2 figures inside it.
Because
Oh,
Foodle
yeah.
got
Oh yeah.
pushed out of Andrew's eyes.
That's
yeah,
right.
and right before that happened, through Andrew's eyes, I could see a single red eye, and then I was propelled out again, which was great.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. What?
God, what? Sorry, I'm reading my notes and it says Kiona tells us that Cordania, and that's it. That's the note.
Oh.
That's not good. That's not ideal. Better, it does better.
Kiona notes that some people follow them, blah blah blah. That's not it. Hold on. I'm trying to find. Oh wait. Oh. Kiona, the Cordania is potentially the tiefling person that was there in the desert when we destroyed the tower, who actually did get the chisel and is potentially knows where it is.
Okay, perfect.
That's what she was saying about Cordania. In probably more roundabout terms, but
All right. And so after a interesting and not quite as uneventful as you would hope evening at the local inn, you tuck in for a good night's sleep, and you awaken the next morning to the sounds of the city coming alive in the streets below.
Oh, you guys, I'm not feeling so good. Oh. I think maybe I'm just not used to cities this big.
You did do a lot of talking the other day.
Yeah. Well, I think I might sort of follow you guys for a bit. Oh. What were we doing today? We're going to the meeting, right?
right. We're gonna do the diplomatic thing.
Yeah.
So that's
Probably
first.
best that I don't talk. For that anyway.
Yeah. Kiona will giggle. Just We gotta get that out of the way. And then we're going over to the... We're gonna go meet that, what the heck was his name?
Yeah, guide. Durlan. Durlan?
Durlan, you're right. We gotta
On
go
our
meet
way over, are we going to be passing by the information booth on our way to the
let me
council
go
place?
to the page with the map.
Yes.
Good. I just need.
Because I may be mistaken about exactly where you were staying because this
we
was
were staying over
like several weeks ago, but you're like
here
somewhere in
somewhere,
this
yeah.
neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say right here actually. This building looks
Yeah,
familiar
that
to
sounds about right.
me. So I want to say that building there. This is the Trades Council Hall right here. And this is the information hub, the visitors hub.
And this area in general is like a kind of market section, right? Like around that trade
Yes.
hub
Yep.
thing. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. I just need to stop there for like 2 minutes.
All right. Guess
Okay.
best get our breakfast in us and head on out.
Yeah.
Right. And so breakfast is that morning is a hearty fare of hens, eggs, some sausages coming from meat that you're not quite sure you can identify,
no.
and some
Fiona will
some
stay away from
leftover
those.
leftover roasted vegetables from the night before.
Is this is an above table question? In an average D&D day, do you span more than 8 hours of time?
I'm sorry.
In an average D&D day, do we span more than 8 hours of time?
Like for a long rest or for
No, while we're playing. Because if I don't
Oh,
do it
yeah.
now, I'm gonna forget to do it, and then I'm gonna be pissed that
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
yeah. Sure. Yeah.
So during the time for preparation for the day, Kiona will mage armor herself. Because then
That's
we'll be in battle, and I'll be like, son of a bitch, I didn't put the mage armor on.
That's a fair idea.
I have to
Yeah.
waste a turn
Fair.
to do that. Like,
Fair.
Also, Maja is going to bring Foodle some tea.
ooh.
Oh, Mazra, thank you. Oh, I needed this.
Monster, did you make the tea or did you order it?
Oh, she ordered it. Just not to make tea.
Okay. All right, so the tea is soothing and calms your topsy-turvy stomach. You have been spending as a point of order. There was a question in the chat about this too.
Oh, I
The
guess I have
Rift
to roll a
is-
thing. Oh, shit.
most definitely a big crowded city. It is, however, a smaller city than Gurpok, and which in turn is itself a smaller city than Lysantia. But poor Foodle has been spending a heck of a lot of time in cities lately.
I need to get back out into the wild. Oh,
Right.
There haven't been many like even like forests and things like that.
Right.
It's all been like scrubland and plains and foothills, and you haven't run across a good old forest since really the Forest of Lost Shoes, which was not a fun experience for you.
yeah, true.
Which was Nightmare Forest, so...
yeah.
It's true, though. Yeah, Kiona will acquiesce with Foodle's sentiment. Yeah, it would be real nice to get out of the city for a while, wouldn't it? 'Cause she's
Maja
country bumpkin.
abstains.
Right, Mazra's city girl. The-
And so after breakfast and tea, you set off from the inn into the marketplace district, which adjoins the Trade Council Hall.
Yeah, Majra will steer them toward the Freudian slip. Anyway, steer them toward the little information center, and doesn't she just kind of stealthily looks for some kind of like information board or like public bulletin space?
Sure. So the to describe the pavilion again, it's a large round pavilion right smack dab in the center of the market district. It's this red circle right here. It's kind of like open air. There's numerous sort of entrances into the pavilion, but the whole outer ring are these information boards, notice boards, various information about the city, its laws, its history. There's like a job board there somewhere. And in fact, I have... so are you spending some time looking at this?
She might. She's also gonna stick a flyer up on the... Have you seen this elf?
Okay. And it's your good quality artistic
Yes.
rendition of
Yes.
Darfin. Okay. And what else are you doing at the Visitors Hub? Anything else?
Oh yeah, we can look at the board and see if there's anything
Okay.
interesting on there.
So Mazra, as you... So Mazra, as you look at this, the information all around the outside of this pavilion, you become a bit more, just in general, familiar with the city that you're going to be staying in for the next few days here. And you may add your proficiency bonus to any history checks about the sort of the lore of the Rift for the duration of your stay.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Cool. Amazing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That was her business. So does anyone else have any other
This
business?
might be the time for Kiona's eyes to drift across a magic shop, maybe that makes spell components and stuff and sells them like as such. And
Yeah. So there's all sorts of like outdoor, open air, kind of marketplaces, but you see a few spell components there, mostly the free kind, that like the mechanically free kind,
Right.
The little like Eye of Newton, Tongue of Frog kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Pinches of iron dust or whatever that don't actually cost you anything to replenish for your spell components, but that's mostly, those booths are mostly run by like weazened old folks. At least half of them, probably more, are straight up snake oil salesmen. Peddling some goblin toenail clippings as if they are like Tarask horns that when like powdered up and put in your morning tea will improve your virility and things like that. But as you sort of venture away from the Hawker's Row into some of the smaller little shops and alleyways, and behind that You do find some like solid form shops with their set up like little shop booths with their sort of window flaps open, and a few of them you notice the chimneys are spouting oddly colored smoke.
Ooh. Ooh. I bet you this is attractive to more than one of us.
Oh, that's so cool. Do you think we could have that at the high bar? Well, we gotta figure out what it is first, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not so sure it's quite safe.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
I sure would like to check it out, though.
Yeah. Goose, do they look like shops or homes?
Yeah, they're like little physical shops, like the kind
Okay.
where there's not even like an indoor storefront. It's like a workshop, and the tradesperson like opens like the little upper half of like one of those split doors or like a little window flap to set up a small awning. Basically, like a drive-through.
Yeah, I
They're
love
like
it.
little drive-through shops.
Kiona will walk up to the window and like look in and see what the person is doing inside.
As you peek inside, you actually don't see anybody at first, and you're kind of looking around and like, where are they? And then you hear a little clatter, a little commotion, and you direct your eyes downward, and you see what appears to be a rabbit standing upright and kind of like half walking, half hopping around the room, sort of grabbing different, a vial of this and a satchel of that, and sort of dump things together into this vial and swirling it around. And as they do so, the solid powder that they sprinkled into this vial of green liquid, the liquid turns purple, and it begins to like fulminate and fizz and smoke with this deep red smoke that gets sucked up into sort of this fume hood that has some sort of like a bladed fan spinning under the influence of an unknown power, and spitting that red smoke up out of the chimney outside.
I guess that kind of explains it, but excuse me. What exactly are you making?
Yes. Oh, who are you?
Oh, I'm
And the little rabbit person sort of hops towards you, and leans one elbow on the on the edge of their window like this. Can I help you with something?
well, we were just kind of curious about what y'all were doing here. It's interesting colors and stuff coming out your chimney.
What do you mean, y'all? There's only me in here.
Yeah, that you, I suppose, is
Oh.
what I meant.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not from around here originally.
Well,
I'm afraid I
neither
don't
am
quite get the local colloquialism. Oh, you're not from around here either.
No.
Well, it does seem very few of us are here in the Rift.
Apparently.
Hello.
Name's Zalwyn. What can I do for you?
Alwyn.
Zalwyn.
Zalwyn.
I'll spell it out for you.
Thank you.
My name's Foodle, and I love your colored smoke.
Who said that? He can't quite see you over
I probably
the
can't see. Maybe I can see their ears. I don't know.
yeah. You could just see like a pair of ears. Like, let me see if I
we
can.
have a system
You
where
see a pair of ears
Kiona
like telescoping around like that, or
can like
periscoping
put out her
around.
knee that Foodle could hop up on it and like grab her shoulder and like hang off of her while
Are you offering me a piggyback ride?
I mean sort of.
I'll take it.
so that he could see.
Oh! Well, should have known. It might have been a gnome.
Yes. I'm Kiona. We're just
Well, pleased to meet you,
curious
Kiona.
as
pleased
what
to
you're
meet you,
making
Foodle.
there.
Oh, well, just a little concoction, this and that. You know.
Listen,
I'm actually, if I'm honest, I'm not quite sure what I'm making right now. Just sort of experimenting, you know what I mean?
I see. Kiona will, are there like,
The rabbit
Components
person
and
looks
stuff?
at Mazra. And you
What?
are, miss?
It's inconsequential.
Oh, nice to meet you, Anne.
are there like,
There are a number.
go ahead.
Oh, there are lots of spell components around here.
Well,
And he kind of sweeps with a furry arm, and you can just see like racks and shelves full of like the glass jars. It's almost like a stereotypical, like the shop that the Mogwai comes from in Gremlins.
yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just jars of just stuff and like racks of things that are like dried herbs and plants of unknown varieties just hanging.
So, Kiona will look around and see one that's on the shelf that catches her eye. That's like a little rod of glass with some fur wrapped around it and some needles sticking out of it. I was like, oh, what does that one do?
Oh, well, as I'm sure you know, spell components, they don't do anything on their own, but in this particular combination, it's quite dangerous. Quite a dangerous one at that.
Yeah, I think that's why I liked it.
You dabble in a bit of magic?
I do.
And Zalwyn takes the rod of glass with the pins that are pinning this tuft of fur to it. Kind of like spins it around in his hands. Well, I don't see anyone around here that has much interest in this old piece. Most people in these parts don't have an especially great appreciation for the arcane arts.
Well,
It's all steam and metal and things like that.
I can see there looks like to be a handful of people anyway that can appreciate some of the arcane things. She kind of looks around at the other little shops and stuff in the area.
There's a few of us, but we're a dying breed around here.
That's too bad. Well, I'd be happy to buy that off you.
Tell you what, since I like it and the materials are fairly innocuous enough, part with it for 10 gold pieces.
That sounds fair to me.
All right, well, there you are.
For the record, I appreciate it. I just don't really understand it.
I think it'll be real good next time we have to deal with trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'll clear a room of trouble right quick. I'll tell you that much.
Fiona kind of giggles at him. She feels it. She feels this one. She knows what this one does.
Yeah, and you have a sense like your passenger almost has this innate sense for things like this. That what to other people would seem like mundane bits of glass and fur and silver pins and things like that. Your passenger kind of gives you this nudge to reach out for things like this. You don't quite know what it does.
Right.
But you get the impression that your little friend inside does.
I gotta maybe above table ask my party if it's okay to spend money actually on a spell component that costs a lot out of some of the money in the group vault for a certain draconic spell.
Do it.
Because this seems to be a good place for Kiona to spy an object that she can carve a little dragon into that would work.
Macho would approve that.
Wood, like a piece of, like a certain kind of wood or something like that this guy has. It's more rare. Like, she looks around a little bit more.
Yeah, and I'm trying to actually look up. Yeah, and you looking around, you do see at the very top of his shelf, sort of propped up behind a bunch of jars that you can't really see through. But as your eyes fall on this, you feel that familiar deep in your chest.
That piece right there.
Oh yeah.
What is
What
that?
about it? Oh, that's a really fine piece that I picked up quite a long time ago. There's a traveling monk of Eldrigo traded icon of his god to me for quite a bit of inventory out there.
Was it a blue dragonborn?
Nah. It was a human. Stringy, dark hair. Look kind of grungy.
Interesting. Is this something that Kiona would relate to a certain memory she just had?
Yes.
How much would you charge for such a thing? I think the component is
Oh,
500 gold in the book.
It is 500 gold. Well, that and the glass rod I just sold you, I would charge you 500 gold pieces altogether. It's quite a valuable work of art at that.
She'll look at Foodle and Mazra before she says yes to.
As long as she explains what it is, yeah.
Right. Yeah. This is. I think that's one of those pieces that would help me summon that helpful companion that we have sometimes.
Yeah, I say do it. Do you need any money? I've got some money.
I think we've got enough in the group bag. She'll pull a change bag out of the bag of holding. And
Can I try and barter down the material price?
Can you try to barter down the material price? Okay. How are you doing that? How are you doing that and consequential?
We'll give you 450.
Nah, mate. 500. Roll persuasion. At disadvantage, because
Okay.
that's not very good angling.
Wait, which persuasion you said?
Persuasion at disadvantage.
Okay, I got a 9.
Oh yeah, that did not
Yeah,
work
you
out.
know.
It's okay, Mazra. And Kiona will just hand over the money.
Okay, yep, 500 it is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, call eat that pitch. What a good pitch. Well, it's a pleasure doing business with you, Miss Neely, Mr. Shepard, Miss Consequential.
Fiona will giggle. Like, just outright kind of guffaw a little bit when he says that. Well, thank you very much, sir. I do hope that your business is successful.
Have a wonderful day. Now, Ghost, hold
And
on.
you?
Sorry. This is an
Yeah.
above table question. I am really out of it, but I don't
Yeah.
think any of us said our last names. Is that something I should be concerned about, or that was just like a, it was just like a, whatever. Doesn't.
It was just a whatever. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, thank God. I was like,
Just
Just
wait,
that
Rule's
was
gonna
the
freak out because he
DGE.
Why do
knows
they
his
know
last
this?
name.
I mostly was just messing with Wolf.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you so
All right.
much. And they'll be on their way.
Okay.
I mean, aren't
Unless Foodle
Heron
has
John
something else
like
to do.
Fae anyway? So
Yeah, so he was a Herringnon and or a Harridge.
I don't know how you say that.
I don't know how you say it either. I say Herringnon. I don't know if that's right or not. But it is. They are fey creatures.
Yeah. Like, I know what you are.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, you do get the impression that he was toying with you and consequential. News of your exploits through the Fey realm have traveled far and wide. Okay.
My
Where are you
greatest
going next?
regret was not being able to set it on fire before I left. Wistful look.
She imagines the Feywild burning.
Ah, it's so beautiful.
Where are you going next? Any other shopping to do?
Foodle?
No.
I don't think Madra needs anything either. At the moment. Are we good on like supplies, provisions, healing potions, all that jazz?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay, just double checking.
Yeah.
I've got 2 healing
Well,
potions.
actually, do we have any in the bag? Because Foodle's got 1 potion of healing left, and it's nice to have 2. Anyway, but yeah. It's probably fine.
I don't
We'll put
think
that
we
on
do.
Foodle's
Oh, we
crate,
do.
so-
We do. We've got 2 in the
Oh, good.
bag.
Okay.
So I'll
Sounds
take one
good.
out if you want to take one to even your out.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So we have 1 left in the bag then.
Cool.
All right. I guess we should probably get to that meeting, huh?
Agreed.
Indeed. Fiona will tuck away her spell components in her spell component pouch and give it a satisfying little pat.
Nice. So just to clarify some rules and mechanics, just making sure that was a really nice little roleplay session. But any material components that do not cost you money, you are just assumed to
I
have them
knew
on
that,
hand.
but I wanted a reason for
Yeah.
her to see it, like
Yeah.
to see the thing
Yeah.
before she
I
ever
really-
had it
yeah.
made or anything. So like, yeah.
I really appreciate that. I just wanted to make sure that you knew.
I
that.
know. Yeah, I was like,
but I
eh.
really, yeah.
I
No,
would have paid
but-
for
but
it. So
I love it.
that's-
I love it. No.
Just for
I
the
love it,
first one,
honestly.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, just for the first time. And so from the marketplace, you traverse to the Trade Council Hall, which is the seat of government for the Rift. Little change in music for us here. And so, as you approach, you see a great domed building perched on the precipice of a cliff. On all sides, the cliff plunges down to another neighborhood below. So you're like on the edge of a little jut out of the cliff here. The neighborhood below is called the Shade District because the cliff face casts a shadow over the entire neighborhood for a significant portion of the day. And as you sort of peer over the edge, you see that at this hour in the morning, the whole neighborhood is indeed cast in shadow. Also from here, as you jut out a bit from the canyon wall, you can get a good look at the waterfall churning beneath the dam at the top of the canyon and tumbling down into the rift to form the reservoir at the bottom. And you can see all the way down some water wheels chugging along here, providing some of the mechanical power via a series of complicated looking axles and gears and cogs, providing some of the mechanical power that powers the various workshops and industries of the rift, using the power from the waterfall tumbling down. And I'll give you a look at the Trades Council Hall. There it is.
Ooh. That's a fancy building.
Yeah, that is actually a photograph of a real city hall in some town in Germany that I can't pronounce.
Is it scaled to like gnome size or is it like regular size?
It is. Wow. First of all, let's just check your language right there. Yeah, Colin. No, it is scaled to accommodate medium and large size creatures, although there are some of the front doors are different sizes, and you can see in this photograph that there's like a big archway and then like a little door right in the dead center, and that little door is for small sized creatures. So gnomes would fit through that door, but there are larger doors on either side that can accommodate creatures up to large scale. And now this picture here of the Trades Council Hall is accurate, including this sort of central tower that rises up and has a clock on its face. However, the clock actually looks more like this.
Ooh.
A good time for the music to kind of swell.
Right?
Mm-hmm. So the most prominent feature of the council hall, aside from its great red dome, it's green in the photograph, but I didn't have time to Photoshop. Its great red dome is the large astronomical clock built into the central tower, and it actually has you can see in the upper clock face looks like what you would associate with like a regular clock, although much more complex. But then down below you can see a number of images arranged into sort of a clock fashion. There are 60 of them in total, and in the middle of that lower clock with the images all around is a like a star chart. It's a star as a map of the night sky, complete with orbits of the stars drawn out in long looping circles.
Interesting.
A group of scholars in gray robes stands off to one side of the main entrance, and they have ledgers in their hands as they scribble notes and appear to be deep in animated discussion. Most people who are coming and going from the Trades Council Hall don't really pay them any mind. They just leave them to their academic bickering and squabbling and debating.
Probably what we should do too. Onward.
What do you think they're talking about?
I don't know.
Probably,
The clock.
Groups
probably
of people like
astrology
that,
junk.
They make me
Oh,
nervous.
Oh,
Well, I don't really have real good interactions with groups of people in robes most of the time.
that's a good point.
Have they been giving you trouble?
No, I mean, if you want to find out what they're up to, feel free to ask.
No, I meant you know who.
No,
Okay.
Who?
no more than usual.
What?
Undrelor.
They do not look like Undrelor or his club,
But they're academics of
his
some
mage
sort.
circle.
Yeah.
They're academics of some sort. They're wearing like scholars' robes.
Mhm.
Mantra does not trust academics despite being one. She's not really.
I was gonna say.
I mean, do they look like they're just chatting?
Yeah.
Do they look
some
like...
some of them they're writing things down. Some of them are pointing up at the clock. They're having an animated discussion with each other, frequently gesturing to the clock.
Can we hear them?
You can overhear them
Yes,
a little
let's.
bit. They are indeed talking about what is on the clock, and they're attempting to interpret what the clock is telling them. And actually, I would like anybody who is interested to roll a perception check.
Oh, that should be fun.
Right.
Oh, nice
Perception.
job.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god.
Kiona.
Kiona's so preoccupied with their robe. Like the fact that they're academics and she's just...
Kiona, being from a not only are you all from like a backwater town,
Right.
but Kiona, you are from
Specifically.
a ranch on the outskirts of said backwater town. I'm not gonna say that you've never seen a clock before. That's up to you. But you certainly don't know how to tell time on a clock. And
Okay.
and this one, even
That's
if you
fair.
even if you have,
It
yeah,
took me a
even
long
if you
time to learn
have-
how to read a clock when I was a kid, so...
I could launch. I did a bunch of research on clocks and stuff when I was preparing for this, so I could launch into a whole thing. But basically, the French word for clock, horloge, comes from a Greek word which means a book of hours that denotes like the hourly rituals in
Right.
like an Orthodox monastery, right?
Yeah.
So the first clocks were literally books.
Yeah.
Of like at this hour you do this, right? So like clocks were they existed, but they were very 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 rare and
Right.
obviously not portable. So yeah, like very few people would even know how to tell time on a clock, and you find yourself with your nat 1, instead of listening to what these scholars are
Society.
saying, yeah, you suddenly become sort of consumed by this curiosity of like, how do you read a clock anyway? And you're kind of looking at it and you're trying to figure it out, and it's divided into 12, and you're thinking, but there aren't, the day doesn't divide into 12. There's like
Right.
sun up, and there's noon, and there's like sunset, and then there's night. Isn't that 4?
It's like, yeah.
And you're and then you're thinking to yourself, but night is longer than all of them.
Mhm.
And so you're just finding yourself just consumed by this sort of personal crisis of knowledge
Right.
of like how do people divide the day
fuck
anyway
is this
when they're not
mechanical
on yeah like these city people are so strange.
It doesn't make any sense.
The longer you stare at it, though, the more of a you feel
no.
in your chest.
Oh no.
We're going to move on to the other characters now. Mazra and Foodle, with a roll of 11. These scholars are debating what the clock is supposed to be telling them. And this seems to be a strange conversation to you, because you would think Mazra, of the three of you, you're probably the one that has the most understanding of something like a clock. Not only because you're more sort of mechanically inclined than the rest of your group, but you've also, before your adventures, traveled a little bit more extensively than the rest of your group, with like your mother and your mother's roamings and your father's work out of town that he may have taken you on. So you find this conversation to be odd, because a clock tells you the time of day, and some advanced clocks also tell you like the month of the year or things like that, right? So why are they asking, like, what, why are they debating over what this clock is telling you? Foodle, with your roll of 22, you look at the clock like Kiona. You're listening to this conversation. You learn everything that Mazra learns. You kind of like stare up at it, narrow your eyes a bit, and you notice that the hands of the clock are imperceptibly moving and then immediately ticking back. Like when a battery operated clock, the battery runs out and it just sort of ticks in place, and it doesn't move at all. So you notice that the clock, Foodle, is frozen in place.
Poodle's gonna point that out and be like, they sound really smart. They're wondering what the clock's telling them. But look at that. It's stopped. Or something.
Looks like something's broken.
I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, we like it. She refers to herself and her passenger. I have no idea what it is. Quite frankly, it's so perplexing, but there's something about it.
Are you gonna ask when we get inside?
She kind of looks at the group of scholars and is like, I don't know. I don't think people like that like me very much.
Well, we like you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Okay.
people like that, their opinions don't really matter, so.
I sure would like to know what that clock's about, though.
I mean, okay. And she'll just walk over and be like, hello.
Huh? Oh. And the scholars, who are a range of ages and species and genders, they kind of like, what? They turn around and look at you, and one among their number, a gnome with these fantastic white whiskers, sideburns at the sides of his head. Hello. What can I do for you today?
Fancy clock.
Oh, this, yes. This is something of our greatest city monument here. Is called the Cosmologios. Let me spell that for you. Are you three new here?
Indeed, we're here on official business. We've never been here
Official-
before. Yeah, we're very
Oh.
impressed.
Yes, well, and for our money, this here is the Cosmologios is the most impressive mechanism in all of the Rift. But ironically enough, we didn't build it.
Who did?
Oh, a man calling himself the Wayfarer. Something of a roaming mystic who, some years ago, visited the rift soon after its foundation in the wake of the cataclysm. The cataclysm. Rumor has it that he built this cosmological clock in one night, and nobody witnessed it. Quite the mystery, eh?
Seems suspect to me.
Yes, well, it's simply... I was living here at the time as a young man, and believe me, it simply appeared on this tower one morning.
It just appeared there.
Yes, well, the Wayfarer did claim responsibility, told us it was a gift to the people of the Rift, and then he simply departed without ever explaining how it worked. Some of us six here, we devoted our professional academic lives to studying this clock
What,
and interpreting what it tells us.
when did you say? I'm sorry, I missed it. How long ago did this appear?
Oh, some 10 years ago, something like that. Time starts to all run together, ironically enough, when you spend all your days trying to interpret its flow.
What is it supposed to measure?
Well, it does tell time in the traditional sense, although not lately, seeing as it's stuck at 3 minutes before 3 o'clock, and he points his cane up at it, and sure enough, you see that it is stuck at exactly 2:57, or 3 minutes to 3.
Oh, that's interesting.
But much more importantly, it's rather depicts history as it is yet to happen. In a sense, it tells the future, but to call it some sort of fortune-telling device would be somewhat crude. You see, if you look at the clock and then compare that to the second time face below it, it forms a particular combination of symbols that is meant to foretell moments of great significance. The frustrating thing is that each particular combination only makes sense in retrospect after the events have happened. Only then are we able to look back and understand them.
Is there a role I can do to tell if Kiona would link this to the book?
Which book?
The book that she almost got killed over.
Oh.
Green eggs and ham.
Yeah, that one.
Roll Arcana.
Okay. No. Okay.
You can't
Okay.
tell. You can't tell.
Darn.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get the sense that you might get more out of this if you study the book in some more detail.
Right.
You've sort of browsed the book a little bit,
Yeah.
but maybe if you spend like a downtime or something like that, like really diving down and studying the book, there might
Right.
be more. But
Right.
I can't say either way.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you up front right now. I did not plan for that eventuality, so that's not.
That's fine. No, I have it back
Shograz
now.
took the book for a bit, but gave it back.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so yeah.
Would you-
Fiona- Oh,
Would you? Are you interested in a little bit more detail here? This can get quite technical.
well, yes.
I am.
But we do have
but-
a meeting we must get to.
Wow, that shall not take long.
Oh,
Those
all right.
old geezers on the council can wait.
Define how long, please.
5 minutes of your time.
All right, that's fine.
You may want to take some notes, though. We've certainly been taking our own
Been
notes.
through this before.
And one of the younger students sort of smiles sheepishly and shows his ledger and sort of waves a stack of pages that are just full of notes. Now you see up there, because time has been stuck at 3 minutes to 3 o'clock since the onset of the season of Cauliflumps, it is believed that the 60 symbols represented on the lower clock face, out of those 60 symbols, 6 are portentous. 3 for the minutes and 3 for the hours. Because it is 3 minutes subtracted from the hour, 3 of the symbols in the combination are held to be in negatio, or in negation. These symbols are meant to be interpreted as being in distress, ruin, inversion, or reversal. Which ones out of the 6 are a mystery? Now, the combination is as follows. 3 pillars, and he points them out with his cane. 3 pillars, and then he points to another image of 3 individuals sort of standing side by side in a group together. A warrior, a priest, and a mage standing side by side. Next one down, a dancing infernal creature with purple skin and goat legs. Following from that, a plain-robed scholar holding a book in one hand and his other held up, palm out. And this is believed to be the Wayfarer himself. The next image is a woman weaving at a loom. The final image is a great flowing river. Each of these symbols, you know that they are the ones that are of significance because, as it happens, they touch the orbital path of a particular star depicted in the star chart at the center of the lower clock face. Those stars are, and I will spell them out for you as I name them, Solaket, Nimitar, Dal Atash, Norema, Neftalia, and Avanosti.
Thank you for spelling those, by the way.
Oh, yes, of course. I find that when random travelers walk up to us and ask us for an explanation of the clock, it helps to... You actually did it. It helps to spell things out.
Hold on. I'm putting this in here just because I feel like...
So is this?
I would invite at the name of some of the stars, some of them may sound familiar
definitely,
to you.
for sure.
I invite you to roll a religion check.
Is that all of us?
Yes. And Flutter, you can roll it at advantage. Oh, dang.
Well, there's my roll 20
All
for the
right.
night.
Foodle, you recognize some of the names of stars as corresponding to gods, but you only care about one god, and that's Arancel. Possibly with a side of Eldrigo, since you've had a couple of run-ins with Eldrigo. Oh yeah, I am too.
That Eldrigo guy keeps following us around everywhere.
Literally, the only time you've ever seen him is at his altars. So you're going into his house. You're going into his house and being like, dude, you're stalking me. Kiona and Mazra, you definitely recognize Nibitor as the name of the god of wealth and good fortune. Norema as the name of the Star Striker, the goddess of secrets and occult knowledge and magic, who is famously capricious and likes to knock stars out of the sky when she's mad. Neftalia is a minor goddess that ferries souls to the afterlife, sort of guides souls to the afterlife. Mazra, with your crit, you don't know where you ever picked up this information, but you realize that, or you remember from some distant knowledge in your past, maybe something that your father told you ages and ages ago when you were a child, that all of the major stars in the sky on this star map that tend to be sort of depicted in this fashion are named after deities. Some of these deities may have been long forgotten, and the only thing remaining is the name of the star. But they are all named after deities. Certainly, you've never heard of Soliket, Dal Atash, or Avanosti before.
Though Kiona wonders what the Dal means, because now she's got two names in her head that have that as the beginning. So that would be a question she would potentially, I don't know, would she ask these people?
I don't know.
Do you offhand know what Dal means on the beginning of names like that?
That's quite an interesting question. Why do you ask?
I mean, it's just not the first time I've heard that beginning before, and I was wondering if it meant something.
Really? I always thought it was the name of some long-forgotten god. What is the other term beginning with Dal that you've heard?
Kiona will, hard look at Mazra, oh, do I share that information with him? Okay, nothing. Something I ran across in a book a while ago, I think.
Oh. Well, if you come across it again, I would be most curious to hear it.
Indeed. Is there a reference of information about this clock that I could find somewhere to maybe look a little bit more into its information?
Well, none that other than what we've produced ourselves over the years, but I'll tell you what, if you come back and visit us in, let's say, tomorrow, I would be most pleased to share this with you.
Same time?
We spend our days here. always discussing. He looks up at the clock. Always debating. With the look of somebody who has dedicated their life to a pursuit that is at times frustratingly futile.
Well then, I think you can expect another visit from us.
Oh, we're always happy to share our knowledge with visitors. It's so very rare that anyone sticks around for longer than a few moments to discuss our life's work.
I think it's very interesting work, even though I don't quite understand it. She is looking super perplexed at the clock. That's like she just can't take her eyes off of it. She's just staring at it.
This is somewhat the thing with this incredible clock is we don't understand it either until what it's trying to warn us of has already happened. And then everything suddenly becomes quite clear. Someday, we hope, we will be able to employ this in the service of all good folk. It was, after all, meant to be a gift. Simply for the time being, a gift that we do not quite understand what exactly it gives us.
Face will maybe darken a bit at that. She doesn't trust it as a gift, I don't think. She's not sure yet, though. But onward to the council meeting thing. Right, guys?
We appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Yes, well, any time you want to talk shop, we are more than happy.
All right. So they'll, I think, head towards there, and we should try to find out more about who that Wayfarer person was. Why would you build something that tells you something that doesn't actually help?
That was the question I had. As they're walking underneath, closer to the clock, towards building, the Wayfarer, is it a familiar figure? Is it a good enough depiction that she could tell it's a familiar?
It's far away.
Yeah.
It looks like this size
so she can't
from
really
your
see.
perspective.
Right.
So roll perception
Do we have like a
or
telescope
investigation,
or
your
something?
choice. Perception or
What?
investigation.
What?
Do like binoculars exist in this world?
I
Oh,
got a 15.
Majra pokes
Binoculars don't exist, but somebody has something.
Yeah. Majra pokes Foodle.
Yeah, that takes attunement.
Foodle.
Yeah.
Oh!
Can you?
Oh, wait, no. Foodle, yeah.
Can Andrew get up there and look at that clock for us?
I think so.
Interesting.
Andrew
Interesting.
pokes his head out of the backpack. Okay, Andrew.
Well,
you
here's the thing.
Oh.
You kind of realize that Kiona won't be able to see through Andrew's eyes.
Right. Yeah, Kiona's the
Oh,
one
Foodle
that
will
would
be able to.
recognize the person, potentially.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Flutter, shoot me a DM in Discord telling me who you think this person is.
Okay.
Okay.
I will tell you yes or no. I
can't think of the name, but
I believe it was Dude Guy.
you probably can already guess what I'm gonna say.
Bartholomew Williamsby.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
Flutter. That is the person that
is the
Kiona is
person.
thinking of.
Okay.
It is the spitting image, somewhat more cleaned up and put together, and well kept than the face that you are thinking of. But yes, that is definitely him.
So as they go in, as they kind of, when she'll lean real close down to like Mazra and Foodle and be like, I think that guy is the guy from the Vision with Goldrill and his teacher that I had back in a couple days ago when I described it to you before.
You mean the jerk guy?
The guy that took Iskander. Baby Iskander.
I'm less inclined to think of this as a gift then.
That's what I was thinking.
They said this thing showed up 10 or 15 years ago.
Right.
I wonder how old Iskander was at the time.
I don't know. But I think that we might need to include this clock in our calculus. She wouldn't say calculus. She wouldn't know what that word was, but
In our ideas.
in our ideas.
Are they eels?
The things we should think about when we think about things.
Well, don't you worry, Kiona. I'll figure it out.
Well, I don't know. I feel like it all has to do with that book of Mr. Shadeheart's too. And we'll have to
I don't
look
like
into that
this.
later when we get back to the room.
It feels like pieces are being put into place for perhaps not good reasons.
I know, and I just don't like it, but I can't help but think we gotta follow it because, I don't know, maybe we can stop it if it does end up being a bad thing, right?
Maybe. I mean, it looks very well made, but I'm sure setting it on fire or exploding it would take care of it.
I'm not sure that's the best idea yet, but they certainly seem to like it an awful lot, so doing that doesn't seem like...
No, but
But if it's just a clock, it doesn't have any bearing on what actually happens, right? It just tells the time.
I wouldn't say that. There's all sorts of machines and mechanics that can do all sorts of things. Who knows what I can do?
Magic?
That's quite possible. Because otherwise, why make something that doesn't do anything useful?
Do you think I should? And she'll grab her little wand of detect magic and kind of like pull it out just a little bit, but they're in like a public space and she's not sure if that's like a good place to do that.
Maybe we could come back tonight. Should be less people around.
I like that. Assuming we come back tonight.
Well, that's all I'm saying is I don't know. People don't show up and bring, because something like that is clearly highly advanced. People don't show up and just gift it and then disappear.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That doesn't feel right.
For now, though, we should focus on the council meeting.
Right. I'm ready open. Go through whatever the system is to get into the building. Ghost Pepper, I'm gonna AFK real quick too. I'll be right back.
Yeah, can we take like
Came back
2
just in
minutes?
time. Yep. Yes, we can.
All right, I'll be right back. Just a second.
So for folks in chat who are wondering, these are photographs of things that actually exist in reality. The building, where am I pointing? The building right there is the city hall of a town somewhere in Germany, somewhere in like the Hesse region, I think. And then the clock is honestly one of like the coolest pieces of like architecture that I can think of. It is the astrological clock in Prague, at the Prague City Hall in the Czech Republic. That was built way back in medieval times. Anybody who is a very, very long time viewer of the Flutterdie or Cauliflumps channel may remember that when I first played Minecraft, the first time I ever met Cauliflumps was on a Minecraft server with Flutterdie, and I built a gigantic cathedral, and I attempted to recreate that clock, and it frustratingly did not go well. because every time, when I started building the clock, I was like, oh wait, this clock actually needs to be a lot bigger
Right.
than I thought it needed to be, which means the rest of the building needs to be a lot bigger. So I was gonna end up with like a building this big and then
Flip tables.
a clock this big on top of it.
Like rage quit.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was the worst.
I am wearing my Chucky clothes today. Thank you, Bo, for having that reference, because it's rainbow bright when I wear the sleeves, and I feel like it's Chucky when I don't. Right?
Yeah. God. I was just talking to Chucky about a colleague today. I loved those movies. Well, the first two. The third one was kind of meh, and then the rest went steeply downhill after
Have you
that.
seen the
I
show?
have not seen the show.
Pretty good.
No.
Is it actually?
No.
Yes, I've seen it all.
Why would you want to relive that? That would give me nightmares for ages.
Does the show preserve some of the
Chucky Striker.
comedy of the original movies? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I know there was a remake that was like extremely dour, and I didn't like that.
No,
Because
it's Brad
one of-
Dourif.
Right? We're not.
Yeah,
watching
one-
that. No.
one of the things about I think Chucky is voiced by Mark Hamill. I think that's right.
That's amazing. And also
Or
awful.
was it
That's terrible.
Brad Dourif.
Brad Dourif? Okay. No, not Chucky Finster.
No.
That's a
Chucky
different
Finster is the best Chucky.
That's a different redheaded little guy.
I love him. Chucky Finster.
Mark Hamill is Chucky in
Oh.
something.
Oh,
Yeah,
Might be one of the movies then.
might be one of the movies.
anyway, I know I'm getting off topic. I would give it a chance to
Yeah.
see if you like it. That's all I'm gonna say.
He voiced Chucky in the reboot film and Robot Chicken. Apparently there was like a Robot Chicken version of Child's Play. Anyway. Player check. I've got Flutter and Woof. Do we have Colin with us right now?
Still here.
I am paying attention to chat. If you
I'm laying on the ground. But
Oh no!
you're laying on the
I am here. It's
ground, Collie's like outside touching grass.
Oh my gosh!
This is what it's come to. The streamer is touching grass.
Oh my gosh!
That would be cool. That would be interesting. It'd be weird. Streaming from outside? You wouldn't be able to... How would that work? Ooh.
Polly did that once
Yeah?
Yeah, Collie did it once. Yeah.
I would like that. That would be fun.
when he did his hot tub stream or whatever I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's funny. Anyway.
All right. So you go to enter the Trade Council Hall. There are guards standing outside. A couple of gnomish guards, flanked each one by two of the big brass golems, providing a lot of intimidating muscle. However, once you present your credentials to them and inform them of your business, they step aside and allow you to enter. Yes, the council is in session. Head straight in, and you will be called upon when it is your turn to speak.
Nope.
Do you go inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Sorry, I was writing notes.
Okay. And when you go inside, when you go into the council, it's a straight shot down a long, carpeted hallway, past some soaring tall columns that hold up the massive domed ceiling. Another pair of guards open up the double doors and admit you into the council chamber itself, where you see 5 counselors seated at a long table, flanked by a number of other counselors sat up in sort of bleacher style seating. And one of the counselors at your entrance, a female tiefling with purple skin and horns, sort of short-ish horns that kind of jut out straight from her forehead, sort of looks through, picks up a ledger and kind of tracks with her finger down a list. Yes, the ambassadors from Swagenheim, is it?
Yes.
You look like strange ambassadors to me.
We're the representatives of the king.
Which king?
Hang on. Pulling up my notes.
Right. It's done. We're almost there.
King. No, that's not the right guy.
Right.
King Voldemort.
Yes, that guy. We won the ceremonial naval combat, and the king appointed us as his emissaries.
Another another of the counselors, a female gnome, kind of plants her chin in her hand and says, "Yippee, the old man won again." Well, get on with it. What do you have to bring us?
The renewed river treaty.
Mm-hmm. Bring it up.
She'll take it and hand it to them.
And the female gnome kind of takes it from you without even acknowledging your presence. She opens the ledger, flips
Step back
through
to
it.
her place in line.
Sets it down on the table, passes it down the line. Each one in turn looks over it. Some, a couple of them, the male gnome next to her, grumbles a little bit. Those two didn't look too happy with the contents. The female tiefling shrugs her shoulders and passes it on. Next is a female high elf, and she reads through it bit by bit, line by line. It takes a little bit of a frustratingly long time. She finally nods, and just as she turns to the last page, the last counselor, a goblin, jumps up out of his chair and says, "Yeah, hurry up with that!" and snatches it away from her. Reads through. Good enough. Let's get on with this. And he pulls out a comically huge stamp and just boom, and the whole table jiggles a little bit underneath the force of his stamp. And the elf turns to him and just, "Do you mind? Is that really necessary?" Enough of the business! What are you doing here? And the goblin waves his stamp at you almost threateningly.
Well, we just came to... She kind of looks at Mazra because she's like, I'm not sure how to answer that question.
We did just literally state our business to you.
That's not your real business. People who want to come and deliver a treaty, that's more work for puffed up nonsense like this one here.
And the elf beside him just, Rudgott! How dare you!
Where's your French
I'll have
accent?
You know. Rudgott! That's German. Is it French? You sound like this. Rudgott! How dare you! I'll have you know, I did 17 years at the academy.
They should have kicked you out after 17 days. You three are kitted out for quite a bit more than delivering a fancy piece of paper.
We are here also to investigate for the king the doings of one of his...
Well, which king?
Valdemar.
Oh yeah, that guy.
of one of his
Sorry,
underlings.
I stopped caring halfway through your explanation. Can you hurry this up?
Then why
Right.
did you
So
ask?
let's get back to
Go.
go where?
Oh.
You can go to hell as far as I'm concerned.
We just came to give you the treaty is all, really.
One of the gnomish counselors says,
Well, Rudgott does make a good point, though. You are rather overqualified for the job of ferrying this treaty to us. And quite poorly suited to it, I must say. You don't stand much on ceremony.
Yeah, well.
And please, that's not a negative judgment, just some constructive criticism.
We're just here to do an investigation, and then we'll be right out of this town's hair as soon as we can.
No, please stay as long as you want, honestly. Counselor Rudgott is a little bit of a... he lacks the proper niceties of... And then the elf down at the other end says, he is an S.
Well, I know someone who would agree with that. And she kind of glanced at Foodle. Foodle, who's probably doing his damnedest just to, like, not look at him at all.
Yeah, Foodle's got his hands over his mouth, and he's just like looking anywhere except like this group of people.
But please, what are you investigating while you're here?
Kiona kind of looks around and takes note of, like, how many people are in this room. And she's not super comfortable with sharing some things. And she doesn't know how to necessarily. Maybe she looks at Mazra, because she's not sure how to put this without telling them, like, everything, essentially. So...
How much or how closely do you follow the naval combats that decides the kingship in Zwergenheim?
The elf tosses a hand and says, we do not pay attention to that at all. It is irrelevant to us. What the silly method of determining leadership the dwarves get themselves up to? It's horribly barbaric and chaotic.
Kiona will kind of nod. She won't disagree.
Anyway, yeah, it's not our place to comment on their customs. We're not from there, but anyway, we're just looking into a matter that it's a consequence of the last naval combat.
And the female gnome kind of snorts and
Did one of them blow themselves up? Did one of them blow themselves up?
No, but one of them did try to blow everyone else up.
Yeah. Things got a little bit real for a minute there in the naval combat. That's usually not.
Sounds fun!
You could probably say that, I guess, if you didn't actually experience it.
I did say it!
Right.
the goblin was
Anyway.
confused.
But I did!
Anyway, we were just made aware that individuals involved in the incident were visiting this city prior, so we're just following up on some investigative leads.
And the tiefling at the center of the table says, well, let us know if there's anything that we can help you with in your investigation.
Indeed.
The Zwergenheim dwarves have been faithful allies, and the female gnome snorts, and the tiefling shoots a glare at her. Are faithful allies for many years. It is troubling news to hear that they've had this sort of problem during their election.
Yeah.
Indeed. I would just caution you all to keep your eyes out for anything that may seem unusual.
Someone you know may be acting strangely, more strangely than usual. Just be aware.
Why are you all looking at me?
Kiona's eyes do kind of narrow at him after he says that, like.
He sort of bares his teeth at you.
I'll have you know I'm acting perfectly normally.
Somehow I'll believe that. She...
Seems proud. He's just puffed up a little bit, brother.
she does look at the tiefling and kind of, seriously look at her and say, it can be real trouble.
I'm inclined to believe you.
Is there anything else you need to know from us?
No, you can move along on your way.
Can we see, before we leave,
Good luck with your investigation.
before we leave, are we able to... The table that these people are sitting at, is it like the kind of table where, like, you can... Are they like in a line a la like the Last Supper and we like facing them? Is that like...
Yes, they are. And there are other counselors behind them
Okay.
in sort of bleacher-like seating, sort of tiered above.
Is it curved?
They have not said anything.
Can we see underneath
the table
the
is
table?
not, but the bleachers kind of are.
Okay.
So can we see their legs?
Yes.
Does the tiefling have goat legs?
No.
Okay. Do I see in the crowd behind the council? Do I see a human with brown hair and a red and white striped shirt?
No. Nor a
And a
tooth
pair of
on his head.
glasses.
Took me a second. Took me a second. What a freaking question.
Fantastic.
Look, Bo asked.
What a question.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll get back with you if you have any questions.
Very well. Next order of business.
Oh wait. This is really
The elven
important.
council looks
Uh-oh.
very annoyed.
Uh-oh.
She
It's like,
reaches
I
into her
dismissed
bag. Nope, I refuse to be dismissed. She reaches into her bag and will hand each of the counselors. Have you seen this elf?
The gnomes are both looking at it. The male gnome furrows his brow and shakes his head, looks a little bit regretful. The female gnome looks at it for like a second and then hands it back. It says, nope. The tiefling, no, but I'll hold on to this for now and I will ask around. The elf doesn't even accept it when you hand it to her. She looks away from you and just like this. Rudgot, Counselor Rudgot, the goblin, looks at it and crumples it up and eats the paper.
That will be 3 gold, please, for that paper you just ate.
You can pull your gold out of my ass.
Is your ass made of gold, sir?
My shit is.
I will send you an invoice. Good day.
Send it on this same paper. That's pretty good.
And the elf, once again, is the next order of
Wait,
business.
I have one more thing.
Guards, and the guards actually like heard you out of the room at this point.
She was just-
we are
no,
really
she was just-
good at not making enemies.
Look, they wouldn't take my flyer.
Oh my god. You guys,
Oh my god.
we're such a mess.
Look, look.
a
we are the
lukewarm
party
mess,
of chaos.
We have decided. I
Poodle
forgot
just shouts that as they
completely-
leave.
I completely forgot about that until you said that.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
The clock explodes.
Come on, roll 20.
Gets sucked into an alternate reality, and we lost.
That's amazing.
It's the end. Over. Bye. That was my going live message
You
on
are-
Twitch, was to see what the discretionaries are up to today.
You are walking out of the Trades Council Hall when Foodle, suddenly your shoulder feels a little bit light.
Oh. Foodle's gonna check if why his shoulder's light.
It's because Gimbal Shot is missing.
What?
I rolled it against your passive perception. I promise you.
No, I believe you. Oh, wait. Hold on. Whoa. Get back here. Foodle wants to see if he can spot Gimbal Shot. See who took it.
You turn around back in the direction that you came, and you see Counselor Rudgot, this goblin holding Gimbal Shot, peering down into the barrel.
Oh, Mazra, he's gonna
Oh, what's
murder him. Oh no!
What sort of device is this?
I'm gonna kill him! Give me that back!
Mazra!
Wait, what does it do?
And then at that moment, he pulls the trigger, kind of just experimenting what it is, and it fires a shot straight up. You see wood and plaster just rain down from the ceiling.
This thing's badass! What is it?
You need to give that back, sir, to Foodle, please.
How do you
Sir.
use it?
He pulls the trigger again and doesn't do anything. Just
That doesn't work.
It's
Is it some sort?
sir.
Tell me how this works. Tell me how this works. now.
Mazra throws Foodle at the goblin.
Foodle tries to snatch Gimbal Shot out of the goblin's hand, and
he'll kind of allow
is
you to.
seriously
He's not
considering
gonna try to. Yeah, he's not gonna
showing
try to
him
hold
how
it.
it works.
Oh no.
Oh, you later.
You show me later. Show me now.
No, you do
Explain
not
it
want
to
to
me.
find out now, right now, sir. No.
Is it magical?
No.
Alchemical? Huh? It's alchemy, isn't it?
Let's go.
Isn't it?
She's gonna
You
just grab
sorta
Foodle and like turn
scoots
around
closer and closer
start
to Foodle.
walking away.
Poodle releases Gimbal Shot and it reloads and then returns to his hands.
Poodle.
Gnome. Gnome. It's an alchemical reaction, isn't it? Some sort of combustible propellant.
What will you do for us if we tell you?
I'll give you that 3 gold that you asked for, first of all.
It's worth more than that.
Hmm.
You lost out on that deal.
I'll tell you what I know about War Priest Gilbrand.
Excuse me?
I said I'll tell you what I know about War Priest Gilbrand.
Majra will look at Foodle. It's your decision. It's your weapon.
Someone else tell him.
Foodle's just walking away.
Alright. I mean, would Majra know
I think
the
she
basics
would.
of how... Okay.
By now? They've been at enough camps together.
Fair.
Like-
Fair. Okay. She will write down for him a bit very as literally basic as she can explanation.
Black powder go boom? Young lady, you insult my intelligence. Why
How's
do you
that?
think I am on this august deliberative body?
Because you enjoy it. You enjoy civic duty.
Well, yes, Councillor Rodgett does hold civic duty close to his little shriveled black beating heart. Yes, it's true. It's true. But you don't get onto the council because you love civic duty. You get onto the council here because you are a master in your trade.
And your trade is...
He gets really close and whispers in your ear.
Alchemy. Councillor Redgott is the finest alchemist in all of the Rift. If something goes boom, I know it.
Well, you certainly heard Gimbal Shot, didn't you?
I did. And I got started on the new sunroof I've been hoping to install here.
Well, that's... As far as we understand it, that's how it works.
Inside check.
Oh, on me?
Yes, I'm you.
Oh, okay. What do I roll for that?
Your thing. Deception, because you know more than you're
Okay.
letting on.
Okay. Oh.
Oh no!
All right. Keep your secrets. Here's the 3 gold.
And he literally reaches down the back of his pants and pulls up 3 gold in his hand and gives them to you.
Kiona
You
kinda
can add
makes a
3
face
gold to
at
your
the-
character
at
sheet.
the
Alright.
gold as it's being exchanged.
Look, Majra knows what soap is.
Now I'll
So did
tell you
Kiona,
about
but-
War Master Gilbrand. Come with me. Off to the side, where prying ears cannot hear.
Well, I don't think that we didn't want to talk about it out there.
This is how loud I'm going to talk, and if you don't come over here, if you can't hear, that's just
They
going
will-
to have to be
They
life.
will get to wherever they are. This is what we didn't share information, man.
Literally, Rodgut walks like 3 paces away. But he acts like he's just gone to some like secret dark corner. But he's just like right over there on the other side of the hall.
Is it Rotgut or Rodgut?
Rot gut.
Rotgut.
Rudgut. Let me,
Rod.
Rot with
let
a
me
D?
spell it for
Like
you.
hot rod? Like Rod. This is hot rod.
Rudgot. Okay.
Oh,
Rod
Rudgot. Oh.
Jesus.
Wow, my letters were way backwards on that one.
Did you
Look, we're-
foreigners
we are-
coming into my town and judging my accent. Listen, I'll tell you what I know about Warpriest Gilbrand. He came to see me before he traveled to the new town because he wasn't only searching for the chisel. Well, he was at first. But he came to see that there was something much more significant happening. That's why I said significant. Your little country bumpkin gnome friend doesn't know that word, does it? In addition to looking for the chisel, he found that the person who brought it to the city was buying up massive amounts of arcane focus crystals.
Were they blue?
Yes, they're blue. I don't know why that matters. You're like a child coloring something in on a coloring book. Yes, they're blue. Damn it. More importantly, they have unique properties for focusing arcane magic. Can be used as many types of spell components and alchemical ingredients, but they're blue. Yes. The arcane focus crystals are mined exclusively on the other side of the reservoir in the new town. See, the new town used to be a sort of hot springs resort destination because they had natural thermal pools. But one day, when during a public works something, whatever it is that Counselor Azadar deals with in her planning department, drained one of the thermal pools, it revealed a dense, high concentration of arcane focus crystals.
Did they... Kiona's gonna look at Mazra. And she's gonna reach into the bag of holding and pull out one of the crystals that they have. Do they, by
No.
any chance, look like this?
Yeah. But that one's in there. It's not good anymore.
Right. If you... So you see these a lot?
Yeah.
That are still good.
Oh, yeah. A lot of the arcane thingamabobs around the town are actually powered by them,
Kiona
or use them at some point at some part of their construction.
Kiona feels physically ill. Like she sways a little bit. At this revelation.
And he's just casual about it.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Well,
Basra will lay a steadying hand on Kiona's arm.
Anyway,
with the possibilities.
I set him up with a friend of mine, the manager at the warehouse over in the new town.
This is wrecking my voice.
Sorry. You said the
the-
who
the,
of the
uh,
manager of the
the-
warehouse? The tiefling?
No, Warbrace Gilbrand. I
Oh.
told him to meet with the foreman at the warehouse across in the new town where the arcane focus crystals are stored and distributed. Maybe he could find information there about who this person is who's been buying up all these crystals, and hopefully that will lead him to the chisel.
I feel like I already know that person.
I think this is my favorite voice you've ever done.
Well,
Thank you for that information.
you're welcome. Now, if you like where that came from,
He gestures with a nod towards the gold coins that he deposited in your hand.
tell your little redneck gnome friend to come by and show me how Gimbal Shot works sometime. That's what you call it, right? Gimbal Shot. I would be most interested. Well, if I'm completely honest, I don't give a flying flip about how the device itself works. I care about the powder inside, the alchemical reaction. Get me some of that powder.
We'll relay it to you
Just
to
a little
him.
bit. Just a
Well-
little bit. Just a little bit. I'll pay you for it.
We'll relay it to him for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I just want the powder.
And as they turn around and walk out, thank you for the information. And like after they're out of earshot of this guy, Kiona's like, yeah, not lately.
You know, there's some things that aren't worth money.
That's true. I think you're right.
And then they'll go find Foodle.
And not even bother telling him about the offer from that guy, probably.
Yeah.
As Counselor Rudgot watches you leave, he'll shake his head sadly.
I think they mean well, but they have a lot of hard work to do upon themselves. Yes.
Who the fuck is this guy? He's a fucking nutcase, yo.
One of-
I just
One of the random characters I rolled when I rolled the
Oh my God.
when I rolled the
It's
5
beautiful. Thieving Gabo, that's who, right?
yeah. I rolled randomly, and I've got Rudgot, Male Goblin, the Alchemist, and his character notes are Goblin mode, comma, doesn't give a flip.
Ah! That's amazing.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so now Kiona is actually maybe, as they leave here, slated to have a little bit of a meltdown. Because the thought of those crystals being everywhere around here just makes her
So,
feel good.
Mazra is gonna guide Kiona to find Foodle first, so that they're not just. So they're somewhere that's like safe or secluded or something.
Is it something that Kiona might have if she'd paid more attention to? Maybe that's the feeling she's had when she thought she didn't like the cliff face, like the vertical feeling of the, like she felt vertigo. But like maybe
I'm not sure
it's
what you're
having
asking
the crystals. You're saying the crystals are powering this
What?
city, right?
There's certain devices in this city, yeah.
Right. So, but having an abundance of those around, would that affect her?
Possibly.
In like a more like, because she felt like she had vertigo, but maybe it's not the cliff face actually. Maybe it's this feeling of these things all around her, right?
Could be.
I feel like she would freak the hell out if she. How
All right,
are we gonna
where's-
stop this?
Well, we need to take it one step at a time. We were given information, we should follow up on it. That's our best bet. If these crystals are being used as some sort of battery or something, I don't think there's anything we can do about that. But clearly someone is putting these normal objects to some kind of nefarious use. That's what we should focus on. Because if someone's using it in their
But
magic
if
thing.
normal objects can do that thing, then why?
I don't know,
think
it
we
could
should use
just-
them at all.
Maybe. I think we need to find out if these things are... Is it a specific property of these particular gems? Or are they just convenient magical batteries? Batteries isn't a word. Convenient magical
Fuel sources.
conduits. Yes.
Okay. I guess we're gonna find
Try-
out, right? We're going there.
We will. Just try not to let yourself go too far. Just... We have a path to walk. Let's just one step at a
Kiona
time.
will find some kind of nature if she can. And like touch ground. Touch grass. Kiona wants to touch grass.
Poodle, are you coming with us to touch grass?
We need to find. Wait, in that temple, like where there was grass, can we take a pit stop on the way just to be like, whoosah? Yes.
I don't think... Was there grass there at the Temple of Burundil?
I don't know, maybe there wasn't.
I don't think so. I did say there was a stone garden. Maybe
Oh,
that's what
maybe
you're
that's what I
thinking,
was
but there
thinking,
was
yeah.
not grass there.
Like a Zen garden
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a sculpture garden.
Right. Okay, well,
There is so you are in sort of not quite desert, but sort of like arid, like sort of an arid area. So there is grass here and there, but it's not really as plentiful and lush as perhaps where you grew up.
right. She'll take what she can get. If there's a little patch of grass on a sidewalk somewhere, like
there are like beautiful gardens decorating the grounds of the trade council hall, now that I'm thinking of it.
she would sit down on the grass somewhere with Foodle. Like, let Foodle do whatever Foodle does, but she will have a conversation with her passenger because that's the, the thing that's associated with all of these crystals and everything. And she will,
Your passenger is just like, wow, my mind is blown.
you and me both.
You figure that clock is made out of the same kind of crystal, or uses it in its operation or something?
I mean, at this point, I think it must be. What do you think? Are those crystals
Wow.
okay, or are they not okay?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like we might be heading into a bit of a storm.
You know, when I imagined where these crystals were coming from, I didn't imagine a place as nice as this.
I didn't imagine that there would be so many.
I don't know what I thought. I thought, like, black marble fortress with green fire everywhere or something like that. No,
Right.
nothing like this.
Well, I guess we can just hope that it's fuel source like Mazra thinks. That we can... I don't know.
Nothing around here seems threatening. Maybe is that crystals are just crystal.
But they don't seem threatening before they transform them either.
No, that's true. I don't know, Kiona. It's just not adding up. Every time we get a new piece of the puzzle, we find one more gap.
Right. Just doesn't fit right. There's something we don't see. I guess we got no choice but to just do it, though.
I guess so.
She will look at Foodle and say, "This could get kind of hairy, I guess. You ready?"
Foodle is petting Andrew.
Andrew. Yeah, let's do this. With a little bit of Kiona.
Oh. Okay. We gotta keep our mind on the job, like Mazra said.
It's better than mine.
Yours was adorable. I like
Ghost
yours.
has good food, yeah.
All right, where to next, team?
To meet with Derlin at the thing, I think, as
Okay.
long as everybody feels ready for potential shit to go down.
So this is the guy that the bar owner guy.
Yeah, the barkeep's
told-
like nephew,
Yeah, Rezik.
confidant guy. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he like showing
yeah.
us around?
he's
The
taking us to the
dog?
place where Gilbrand
Correct.
disappeared.
Yeah, yeah, because
Right.
he took Gilbrand there. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but Derlin said that he would meet you at the docks to take the
Correct.
ferry across.
Yes.
Can everyone roll an intelligence check for me?
Oh boy. Just straight intelligence.
Just straight intelligence.
Oh man. Ooh! Ooh!
Okay, not bad. So, Kiona and Foodle, you're certainly feeling like this saunter across the way to check out a warehouse may end up being a bit more of a commitment than you imagined it to be at first. You definitely have the feeling that, like, something's coming.
Cool. Kiona's like ball in the pit of her stomach that she's had now for a day, like starts sinking lower and lower. Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Yeah. So, are you ready to go meet Derlin and cross over?
Yes. Ghost Pepper, also check your Discord
Okay.
real quick.
Thank you,
Just as a
because I'm not keeping my eye on that. Okay. We're good. Sure. All right. So if you're ready, you head down to the docks.
I'm ready. Sorry, I've been playing too much Bomberman with the boys.
Oh God, Bomberman. Oh, I love Bomberman.
I know, it's a great game.
Only when I played, it didn't have voices.
Right,
so.
back then. Right, I played OG Bomberman too, but the new version is
Yeah.
fun. It's fun with like multiplayer, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you meet Derlin, the 19-ish year old half elf. Well, 19-ish looking half elf at least. 19 in human years. A million billion and half elf years. Down on the docks, he's the teenager with the sort of faux hawk going on. He is waiting by a small single sailed ferry boat. Looks small. Looks seaworthy enough for a short trip across the relatively calm waters of the Rift Reservoir. And he's sort of picking at a fingernail with his thumb while he waits for you. Oh, well, time you showed up.
We had some business to attend to first this morning.
Sure. We'll get on the boat. We'll be on our way shortly.
Kiona will do so. Assuming...
Just stand there and stare at him.
Just like,
yeah, we'll get on board.
just everybody like, oh, okay.
Yeah, this kid is just really creeped out. Okay, yeah, and when you board the boat, he slips the moorings, pushes away from the dock, and sort of directs you. Can one of you take the oars? Any of you ever managed to sail?
I'll just do an oar. Kiona,
All right.
Technically, we sort of have
I guess we
been
did.
on
Yeah.
boats. I think
Sort
we've been
of.
on 3 boats. Three.
But some of those times
Oh, you've
have
been
on sand.
You've been on tree boats.
water.
Wow.
Yeah, one of them was a
Derlin
sand.
is very, very sarcastic.
And one of them was a sand boat.
Oh, a sand boat. No, I've heard everything.
Well, it was quite an interesting. There was rumors about a dragon or something. She kind of looks a foodle. What was it? Is it a sea creature or dragon in this place on the way across here? Is that a thing we should be worried about?
Sorry, we're just waiting for Foodle to type out an answer here. His poor
dragon?
throat
What
is
was the
shot.
thing? Right, yeah.
Right? Yeah. There. Oh, yeah. Are you going? I thought I heard him for a second there.
What about the dragon thing? Foodle. Wasn't there a dragon protecting this water or something?
Oh yeah. No, that's the goblin.
Oh yeah!
What are you doing?
Oh yeah.
We should be worried about that. We should be really careful, guys. I'm gonna keep watch.
Kiona looks at Durlin. Is that gonna be an issue?
No. I never heard of a dragon over these waters.
All
What
right.
about under these
Foodle.
waters?
Foodle, as you look out across, sort of shielding your eyes from the sun with one hand, you see no dragon.
This is the ominous, like, Skyrim. You look up at the sky because you know there's dragons, and then 2 minutes later, when you have your back turned.
Oh, phew. Oh, I think we're safe, guys. But maybe that's just a false sense of safety. Yeah.
Spot on. Yeah.
And then he keeps watching. So this is a first for me, role playing somebody else's character while they're here.
You're doing great.
No, you're just dubbing Foodle
It's
tonight.
it's very so.
He's
Hasn't
Turned him into
Poodle
a
always
Muppet.
had a little bit of
Got a little Yoda
bit of
in him.
Yoda to him? I don't know.
I think he does.
I think it's like, I don't know.
Philumps agrees. Yes. He is crushing it.
All right. Well. Anyway, Mazra, why don't you take the rudder? I'll manage the sail myself, I think.
She will do so.
I don't know why I gave this guy an Irish accent. I thought I did like French Canadian. No,
No.
the Wood Elves. The Wood Elves are French Canadian. Okay.
Oh.
This guy is now Irish. This guy is now Irish,
Oh my
confirmed.
god.
So it's
Half elves are
it's been-
Irish, orcs
it's been
are Scottish.
3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks since I did this character. I can't remember.
It's true.
Elves are French. High elves are like French,
Mm-hmm.
and wood elves are French Canadian French.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Because French Canadians are basically wood French.
And half elves are Irish?
Wouldn't they be like Newfoundland
This one
or
is.
something?
This one is. Yeah. This one's.
Oh, this one
This
had
one's
an Irish
Irish.
daddy.
This one's Irish.
Oh my god.
Sure.
Oh, Daddy.
I didn't put this much thought into it. Okay. Now, if we're ready, if we're ready to continue,
We need to care about Durlin a little bit, okay?
so Durlin unfurls the sail, and the wind catches the large square sail, and sort of ferries you across the water.
So Durlin, tell us a little bit more about your family. And,
I don't think I'll be doing that. Thank you. I'm not. If you don't mind, I actually had no family.
Oh no.
The Black Guild is me family.
well, that still counts. Tell us more about him.
Well, you got Rezek. He's a good man. He raised me since I was a young pup. Me and his adopted daughter. Roll insight.
Oh my god.
Meliki.
That's about right.
Meliki. Yep. Okay.
Hold on.
Anyone who wants to roll insight can.
Oh my god. What the
It's amazing. I love it.
Bo, first of all, Bo, with those accusations, I have never, unlike somebody in our party, I have never pulled a name out of the player's handbook or any D&D. for this
like
campaign.
somebody who
So-
pulled all the names out of the PHP.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's a pretty baller move.
Yeah, you are a freaking baller. Look
All
at
right,
you, with
so-
your 11.
Rezik is a anyway. Yeah, Rezik raised me and Meliki since we were but pups.
Oops.
You know, he has a pretty tough exterior, but kind of a heart of gold on the inside kind of guy, if you know what I mean. Yeah, quite a hard life himself.
It did seem like that.
My understanding is fought in the Goblin Wars some time ago. Then he became some sort of an arena fighter of some kind. Had some ridiculous name as well. And then, in any case, took his prize money and retired. Became part of the Black Guild. Something of the informal leader of it. Although Artigan is sort of rising up to challenge that a little bit, injecting a bit of new blood into the movement, as it were.
Right. What about those other travelers that were at the tavern last night?
Oh, just some rough customers that on occasion Artigan likes to hire for to provide a bit of muscle.
Artigan, huh?
Yeah. Artigan's a young man with ideas. Better ideas than the tired old way the old folks think we're going to accomplish anything. Talking and posting flyers and pulling our punches all the time.
Well, there's something to be said about pulling punches at the right times.
You sound like Rezik. Yeah, it seems like every punch is one more punch to pull.
Sometimes certain perspective comes with age.
I guess so. A certain slowness to act as well. At this pace, we're all going to be dead and buried in the ground before the city changes. Recognizes the worth of people for what it really is, not just what they can do.
If it helps, I think all of us agree with you.
Well, it's nice to hear that there's some kindred spirits out there.
Hmm.
Maybe once we get this chisel back, might be able to use it to strike a blow of some kind. I don't know. The folks in charge have of the movement have some ideas. Not quite sure what they are. Yeah, the Black Guild. Did we not tell you what we were all about?
In some description. But I'm not sure I really understand it. Maybe you could help me.
Well, you know in this city, a person's worth is tied to what they can do, their trade, their craft, what they can provide to society, as they say.
Right.
Of course, you can see that there are only certain things that they value. If you can be an engineer or an architect or a mage, And Foodle kind of turns around from his watch of the sky, from his dragon watch, and says, "Oh." that was starting off very wrong. What about?
Foodle's suddenly been smoking for the last 50 years.
What about? Hey, what about? Yeah, but what about people with disabilities or other talents?
Well, if you got a disability, you can't really contribute to the community, can you? Your value is in what you create, what you put out, your productivity, as I call it. Of course, it's only when you're talking about other talents. They don't care if you can paint a beautiful painting. All the beautiful paintings in the world, from their point of view, have never helped anybody improve their lives.
Kiona has thought back on her, while listening to this, thinks back to her time in the city. Has there been ever any music playing? Like in the... Like, I know our soundscape does for the city have like a standard music in the background, but is that a thing in this city? Like, is there music around?
The only music you heard is some faint liturgical singing in the Temple of Burundil, and the musical performance of Meliki in her
in
sort
that
of
tavern. But everywhere
fish
else
tank.
in the city,
Yeah.
there hasn't been.
Yeah. And Foodle kind of says,
That seems like a way of life that would leave a lot of people behind, and it wouldn't be their fault.
yeah, that's what the professor says. Professor Chomsky says exactly that. I like to listen to some of his lectures when I can, when they have a window open at night. Rezig and Artigan say the same thing. And that's what we're all about. You know, you shouldn't have to be good at lining up cogwheels in a certain way, or drawing a plan for a new neighborhood, or making God's damned metal coat hangers at a really efficient pace to be of value. If you're an artist, if you're a singer like Meliki is, or just being an intelligent and good person, that should be enough, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I've been reading his tracts. He seems like a smart guy.
My God, am I going to be able to keep up this fool thing?
Exactly. You're a person of value just for being you. My dad always said, to someone you're their world. And I think he was right. Everyone helps someone.
Lessons in life
Wow.
from Foodle Shepherd.
Mr. Foodle, I think that you'd have a good place among the Black Guild. But in any case, that's a nice message. But in any case, we're coming up on the shore there. And before long, you find yourselves washing up on the shore of the new town. And I'm going to show you what the new town looks like. Pay no attention to the snow. But you sort of come ashore right here. And you see this long, very steep path trekking up the hill. And you see on sort of on this side, the very first buildings to be built in the new town are these large bathhouses. And you see sort of some steaming thermal pools right here that it looks like people used to quite enjoy.
Fiddle has a flashback and a shiver for just a second.
Kiona, you can just stay away from those, okay?
Nope.
I'm glad I was
Time
right.
to bathe, companions.
Oh.
But all around you, you see these. So these pools right here, as you're making your way up, and Derlin leads you. Come over this way. We'll take the lift up. And you ride the lift up. That's a similar lift to the one that took you down into the rift from the surface. So you take another platform lift up here, and as you're rising up and up and up and up the slope, you get a better look at particularly this property right here, and you see that there's all these sort of catwalks and walkways built around these pools that are neatly sort of squared off and chiseled out like this. But looking around as well, you see that these pools are sort of cropping up everywhere. There's like all these little hot springs everywhere. And so you disembark, and you walk on this path over here. And as you're walking right here, you see that this pool has been mostly drained away. There's still a little bit at the bottom of sort of hot spring water, but this is exactly what Rudgot, got my R names mixed up. What Rudgot was telling you is you see that somebody was constructing a new lift right here to go up this cliff face, but they were going to do it right here, and they were draining out the pool to do that. And you see sort of the last remains of like little bits of these crystals.
Does
And indeed, they are sort of a faded. A couple of them are like a very faded blue color, and a couple of them are spent and they're just black.
Does Kiona have any feelings?
Just familiarity.
Interesting.
Just familiarity at the sight of it.
Okay.
Like, oh yeah, I've seen these before.
Right.
Probably not as casually as that. Like, oh yeah, I've seen these before.
Right.
oh, and probably, oh yeah, there they are.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, they started draining the pools up here, and they discovered these funny crystals that the magic folk like to play around with, I suppose. Don't understand it myself, but they opened up when they found these. They opened up a huge mine just up ahead. You'll see the warehouse as we come around, and you walk up the walkway, cross over sort of a little precarious bridge under a crack in the rock right here, and there's you can see where some plankways have been laid out to cross over, and you see this vast warehouse complex right here. In fact, this and this and this are all warehouses for the processing. Derlin should be telling you this. These warehouses here are all for the processing and packaging and shipping of these crystals.
Where did they ship to? Just this city?
Just around the city mainly. But apparently they've raised a lot more attention. There are some more and more foreign buyers looking to purchase them. Like I said, apparently they have some sort of magical properties. I don't understand them. Not my thing, personally.
Beware of anybody that carries one close all the time.
Well, people carry them close all the time, all around here.
Fiona is perplexed.
Anyway, 'twas right in here where I led Gilbrand. At this point, he told me that my work was done. He paid me. He sent me on my way. That's apparently the last time anyone saw him.
Right. Till we saw him.
I suppose.
Alright, well, I guess there's nothing for it. She'll kind of look at Mazra and Foodle.
I still think before we leave the city, we need to go speak to a gemologist or something to tell us more about these crystals.
There's plenty around all over the place.
No, but more about their properties.
Oh no, this is my understanding is the rift is the ground zero, if you will, for researching these things.
Foodle takes
Right.
a gimbal shot off his shoulder.
You got the they're bloody infuriating, and I hope they all fall to ruin someday. But you know, the members of the council, the Master of Magic and the Master of Alchemy would know quite a bit about them.
Mm.
Now, Master of Magic don't like no one other than elves. And the Master of Alchemy, well, he's a bit hard to talk to. Tell you the truth, I actually quite like him. Stirs the pot up in the council. It's on the front page of the papers every day.
Oh yeah, we had a little
some
conversation with him. Yeah, some guy.
And Derlin is sort of chuckling, like thinking about all the things that, you know, he's just like an absolute just disruptor in city politics, and Derlin appears to really appreciate that aspect of him.
That's a good idea, Mazra.
I don't remember what was a good idea, but I saw it in chat.
Look, every idea Monster has a
Finding a
good idea.
gemologist was the idea.
The gemologist, yes. Oh, looking at the crystals, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know who would know? That really nice goblin.
No, I'm just kidding. No. Foodle does not say any of that.
Foodle never wants to see him again.
Oh my god. He's gonna have to have Gimbal Shot consecrated at a temple or something.
Took it to the Burundil temple afterward because it was the best thing he could find.
Consecration on it.
Oh man.
So is this area like busy? Are people working here? Like, what's the?
There are people moving in and out. Despite the sort of resortiness of this part of town right here, these places don't seem particularly well frequented right now.
Mhm.
And the rest of this just, it looks like a mining boom town has sprung up. Like the original buildings are this one, and this one. All the rest of this stuff right here, starting from like basically right here on to the rest of it, is all just like slapped together mining boomtown kind of buildings.
Makes sense.
And you guys are sort of standing right here, right now.
Well,
You know who owns this warehouse?
Well, sure, it's the mining guild.
who's the head of the mining guild?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm afraid.
Do you know which of the
He
council
certainly-
members
certainly-
represents the mining guild?
Well, the mining guild counselor Shirley.
Oh, was it one of the dudes in the back?
Yeah, that would be correct. Yes. Only the tippy top have the true power on the council. The architects, engineers, planners, mages, and alchemists. He kind of laughs at the mention of the alchemists.
Right. Well,
In any case, you won't find the head of the mining guild in there. I'll tell you what. He's down in his plush mansion back in the city.
right.
No shocker there.
Mm.
Well, I don't
No
think
kidding.
we have any choice but to take a look, right?
Right. Are you planning
Yeah,
to
well-
stay here or come pick us up later?
I don't know. That's up to you. I can handle myself in a fight.
I mean, if you want to come along and see what.
However, looking at him, he's a scrawny teenager.
Oh,
Yeah, you should go.
All right, suit yourself.
Look,
You can talk to the foreman inside.
right.
See what he can tell you.
stay out of trouble, kid.
Yeah, we'll see about that. And he turns and walks away.
Thanks, Derlin. I want to talk more with you when we get back.
And Derlin, who's like visibly trying to be cool, doesn't turn around. He just sort of does this as he leaves.
Bye, Derlin. See you later.
Kiona will
And
just.
he just
shake
keeps
her
going.
head.
He just keeps going. He speeds up just enough to speed up, but not so fast that he doesn't look cool.
What do I roll to make him not look cool?
Not look cool? I don't know.
You have to distract him with something somehow. I'm sure.
Okay. All right. So you guys are standing outside the warehouse. What do you do now?
I guess we.
Yeah,
go
you could cast like command on him, and like command him to fart.
I could sacred flame near his butt.
Yeah, but the fart thing backfired on us in the courtroom at the king. So at any rate,
Oh my God.
Kiona is also ready to go inside. I suppose we ought to go try to find this foreman person.
Right.
All right. Yeah, and so you walk into the warehouse, and it is just filled to the brim with crates, all with different stamps on them. It's a somewhat busy building, but you don't see too many people working inside. There's a few guys sort of moving crates here and there, and you see a large, rather muscle-bound human directing them around. All right, get that one over there. Is leaving on the next ship out.
Kiona will look at Mazra.
And one of the workers kind of spies you and says, hey, boss. And the large human turns around and just sort of, what are you three doing here? Ain't no outsiders allowed in this warehouse. It's dangerous.
We're here on council business.
Above table.
Council business.
Did Rudgot actually give us a name of the foreman? He just gave us the foreman of the. That's all, right?
No, that's it.
Okay, cool.
You're also not here on council business, so roll deception.
Well,
Dang.
Oh. Oh.
Ugh. I don't know. What does that bunch of talking heads want with us now?
sorry, I had a minute. Nothing
Well,
that you need.
apparently they don't even know. Why am I not surprised?
No, it's not. No, we're not here to get in your way or to do anything that should disrupt your business.
All right,
we're
good.
just-
My business is disrupted enough already as it is.
Exact. Oh, is there something we can help you with?
I don't know. Who are you?
We're all questioning it now. Who are we?
Who? And she's just like, think about this. Who are all of us
We are.
in the grand scheme of the
We are
cosmos?
Foodle. I think that Monster's trying to not share that information right away.
I'm the foreman of this warehouse. The question seems to just go over his head.
Well, we were just hoping to see how your business works and get an idea of who some of your buyers or maybe
Well, I don't know much about the buyers. I stamp the boxes what I'm told to stamp them with. I put the crates on the carts I'm told to put them on. Basically, the work goes like this. Are you ready?
yes.
Crystals come out of the mine. I put them in a crate. I move the crate from this part of the warehouse to that part of the warehouse where they get put on a cart, they get sent away. That's how we do it.
Have you?
Only I'm not doing so much of that anymore. Now that the crystals have stopped coming out of the mine.
And why is that?
That's because these goddamn coward miners looks behind him at some of the men gathered there. Won't go back in there.
Why not?
Talking about weird things in there. Monsters and ghosts.
Previously,
No monsters been seen in these parts for ages. Not even that dragon that people say flies over the reservoir.
how long
It's a
ago?
complete fabrication.
How long ago did your miners start to stop working?
About 2 months since that damn dwarf came by.
Dwarf?
Yeah. That's what I said. It's a dwarf wearing fancy clothes and armor. And Foodle's like, wait. Did you say ghosts? Yeah. That's what they say. Ghosts aren't real, though. See, I believe when you die, that's it.
Foodle, I don't think it's probably ghosts, actually.
How many of you lost? Ghosts are definitely real. No, come on. We're just sacks of meat. You don't believe in all that crap, do you? Anyway,
Could you describe what this dwarf looked like?
well, he was a little bit older. You know, had some salt in his beard,
more salt than pepper, if you know what I mean. Wore lots of plate armor. Had a big hammer. Called himself a war priest.
They tend to do that, yes. Well, on the positive side, we can probably help with your problem.
Oh yeah?
We wouldn't be afraid to go in there and check and see what the issue might be, and
Yeah, who are you three? The ghost busters? Huh?
we have been known to bust ghosts. We had one in our house once.
I mean, I think we still have
Oh.
one in our house. She's
That's
kind
fair.
of a permanent resident.
Foodle cocks gimbal shot. Oh, he didn't. Okay. I'm being told that he did not.
Anyway, what I'm saying is we do have experience with ghosts. We've come across them several times actually. So
So you say you live with a ghost?
We do.
I was waiting for someone to. I was waiting for someone to reference that lyric.
you knew it was gonna
Oh,
be me.
no. Oh no. I'm surprised that Megan and Sloth and Bo left it for you.
Amazing.
Yeah, she's the only nice one. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, if you three really want to, you look like you're pretty capable of taking care of yourself. If you really want to, you can head out there into that mine. It's just north of this building here. Can't miss it. You can investigate these claims of ghosts and whatever. Monsters. Yeah, some sort of people talking about some piece of black rock with funny writing on it that moves around when they see a bunch of namby-pamby. Anyway, you
Sounds
just
like
go
it.
if you want to do that.
We appreciate that. Anything else? Anything else we should know? Any locks or keys or anything that we need to be aware of in there that may cause trouble?
Well, one of the miners who was so sure Ghost was chasing him actually collapsed one of the tunnels. Piled up a bunch of rubble in the way. If you can find a way to move it, you might otherwise find your you won't make it far in the mine.
Right. Do you happen to have a tunnel map?
Yeah. Here.
And he hands you a map of the mines that he kind of just keeps in his back pocket. All the mine workers do.
I've already marked off these tunnels just lead nowhere. They're shafts that have been completely prospected and mined out. This one here, and he circles one, is where the cave-in has occurred.
On average, when this mine is running at full force, how many of these crystals do you pull out of it on a daily basis?
Oh gosh, well, it's a delicate process to extract them. Once the mineral pools have been drained and revealed, I'll say it usually takes a day or two to drain the mineral pool, and then another probably quarter hour to an hour per crystal to extract. So you're talking 24 per mineral pool, depending on the size.
Good to know.
Probably in a week we get a good 2-3 dozen.
All right.
Anyway, if you leave me to my work, well, you lot waste your time.
We'll see about
Appreciated.
that.
Anyway. Oh yeah, no. What do I call you again, Ghostbusters? And then Foodle says, well, there are some who call us the discretionaries. And the foreman kind of looks and goes, I doubt that. And then he turns around and gets back to work. All right, you bunch of cowards. You got a little red-headed stepchild gnome, a waif of a girl, and a scrawny half-orc.
A waif of a
Doing
girl is a tiefling right now.
A waif of a tiefling, and a scrawny half-orc going into these mines that you supposed burly manly men are too afraid to go in. So you're not going in those mines. You're gonna move some damn boxes. So let's get to work.
Brother.
No. 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 It's not the same character.
But Burly is so good. I just.
It's not the same character. Burly.
The extra runtime on the R is perfect.
It's not the same character.
Oh no. So I guess this is when I should have put the mage armor on. We headed to the mines? Question mark.
Oh my gosh.
You, believe it or not, this probably took you about 4 hours to get to this point. So you've got 4 hours left with your mage armor.
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh God, I actually teased something about the hunter this session, and nonetheless, you're putting it on this character who is 100% not. I heavily teased some backstory, and then you just ignore it, and then you're like, "Oh, I bet you it's this other character." Frick me! And then Collie's just in the chat. Oh my god. This is the thing. This is the thing. As soon as a player becomes a dungeon master, they're like, okay, I know how to troll dungeon masters. Now that I'm on the player side, I do this to my colleague Jeremy, who is the dungeon master of our teacher D&D campaign. I am the absolute worst at pushing his buttons. Just because I'm just so happy to be on the player side for a change. Every NPC, I'm like, oh, what's their name?
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, as you leave the warehouse and enter the mine,
Uh-oh.
you
wait.
into...
On the way there, Kiona will look at Mazar and Foodle and say, I don't know that we should. She doesn't want to restart the mine, essentially. She thinks that the mine is bad news bears, and she's not mad that it's not producing these crystals anymore. So she's a little bit maybe hesitant about getting their operations running again.
We can still explore what's happening and see what maybe we could do about this operation. Our way.
I was thinking the same thing, Kiona, but we do need to know what happened down there.
I guess you're right. Just doesn't feel good.
No, but we'll manage.
And Kiona, that ungood feeling only intensifies as the three of you venture into the mine. And you are hit with... No, don't full screen, just play the video.
I can hear something.
Is it going? There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh no.
Okay.
That's not good sounds.
You're immediately hit with a warm humidity. The air in this mine is thick and heavy with moisture. It seems like as you step into it, you see little puddles of murky water, some of them bubbling as underground springs feed them. It seems like this was actually a natural cave filled with some of these thermal pools that has been converted, sort of shaped out and converted into a mine. And Kiona, as you step further and further into the mine, you feel a in your chest. And looking around, you see some dull, black, inert sort of remnants of crystals that have sort of been like they broke off the crystals, and there's like a little bit left behind in the cave wall, as you have a sort of like whoom, 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 whoom feeling. The crystals begin to pulse with a very faint blue light, following the same rhythm as your heartbeat.
Guys. I think
Do we
I'm
see
not
this
doing
happening?
that. I was gonna say, yeah.
You two do not see that happening.
So when Kiona says it, she's gonna say, guys, I think I might be doing that. Looking at the crystals.
Doing what?
You don't see it?
What do you mean, Kiona? Oh, what do you mean, Kiona?
Okay, Mickey Mouse.
Well, gosh, Kiona!
Yes, Flumps. I love it. It's so good. It's so bad.
Okay. Oh my god. Way to ruin the moment, DM, with the freaking creepy music going. Anyway, Foodle says, "What do you mean, Kiona?"
The crystals are pulsing. The blue light, like they still have some energy left in them, but it's happening at the same as this feeling inside of me.
What? I don't see that. Is it ghosts?
I don't think
And Google,
so.
Google Foodle cocks gimbal shot, ready to take on the ghosts.
Google Shepin.
Sorry, I
we don't.
Foodle and gimbal shot both on the mind.
We don't
It ended up
see
coming
it.
out
It
as
just
Google.
looks like black crystal to us.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll let you know if it changes.
Yes, although I will say that does definitely suggest that these specific crystals have some sort of thing happening with whatever is inside of you.
Right, and Kiona will, like, whisper at her passenger, let's be on our guard.
Right. Something feels familiar about this. That worries me.
Rat. Well, I guess we go onward.
And onward you go, deeper into the crystal mines until the darkness swallows you. And that is where we are going to stop the session for 2 weeks.
You bastard!
Oh no! 2 weeks!
Yeah, we gotta wait 2 weeks because I'm going out of town.
Oh my god. We were swallowed by a moist cavern.
Ooh.
Bo.
Oh.
Look, if I gotta go, that sounds like not a bad way to
That's
go.
not-
I
bad way to
did
go.
not. I did not call it a moist cavern. I specifically
You did
avoided
say
the word
humid
moist. I
and
did say
heavy.
moisture. I did say moisture. But I was like, I was thinking in my head, Ghost Pepper, don't call the cavern moist.
Look,
Do not say the word moist cave or moist cavern.
thick and heavy came out of your
Nobody
lips, though.
wants to hear that.
Speak for yourself. Don't listen to me.
Isn't that literally how is described?
I'm sorry, I muted
it
you
was
by
like a-
accident.
like it
That's
was a-
literally how what was described?
Bilbo Baggins' Hobbit hole.
Oh yeah.
Was it not described at the beginning of the Hobbit like a moist hole?
No, it was not that. It was like the whole point of like he lived in a hole, but it wasn't like a gross hole. It was like a nice.
Oh, it wasn't.
hole.
It wasn't. It was a nice.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the opposite of that.
It was a nice. It was a nice dry hole.
Yeah.
Not a. Okay. So it's the. Oh, God. I could make a Ben Shapiro joke right now, but I don't know if anybody else will get it.
Oh my god. Look, folks, if you're having problems with, never mind. Let him go down with that.
Yeah, Collie knows. Of course, Collie knows. there's a certain song that Ben Shapiro had a big problem with, and it implied a lot of things about his marriage.
I
We'll just say
imagine
that.
I know what song you're speaking about.
A lot of people felt sorry for his wife. Anyway, oh my goodness, that was a good session.
That
I had
was
a
a
combat
lot of
plan
fun.
for that and everything.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but it was like 9:30 by the time we were getting anywhere near it. So I was like,
Well-
"Oh, we're not getting to this."
You did say
Sorry.
Collie said it at the beginning of our session that I only need to plan like a couple RP hooks and 1 or 2 combats, and it's like we're set.
Yeah. We do windbag a lot. It is
Look,
fun.
That just gives you more
buddy,
time to
hypothetically,
plan.
for the sake of argument, what if I said I knew the joke you were going to say? Oh
It
boy.
was so much fun tonight.
Oh,
That was a good little. It was
Collie.
a good little like intricate. I think a roleplay session was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little moment.
I had a lot of fun with Rodgut.
Yeah,
He was
I had a
fun.
lot of fun
Yeah.
with that character.
he was.
For somebody that I threw in like a little generator. Like I just hit go on a couple of generators and there he was.
Right.
And I didn't know where I was going with that. So
Amazing.
turned out great. And I'm glad that Foodle did not shoot him in the face.
I know. I was like, oh
Because
my god, the goblin took Foodle's gun. Foodle is gonna lose his fucking mind.
yeah. And the goblin is like one of the 5 like top co-rulers of the city.
Amazing.
Oh.
Oh my god. But Rodgut will be back, and he's decided that he must.
No,
He must
God,
know.
no.
He must
Can't share
know
that
the
secret.
alchemical secrets.
We cannot share that one, you guys. At least
It's
trouble.
gonna be so underwhelming. He's gonna be so underwhelmed when he finds out. He's like,
Ha! I was making that stuff when I was a kid.
he's gonna say,
Seriously?
Man. You guys, this
God.
has been so
Man.
much fun.
"Oh, I'm so sad that we need to take a 2-week break at this
I
point because
know.
I am so excited for the next bit."
Right?
I am excitedly trepidatious about what we're gonna.
Yeah, definitely. Kiona is already almost gonna have a heart attack. It's gonna be rough.
I mean, that's how you should feel going into a dungeon in D&D
God.
at all times, is excitedly trepidatious
Yes, yeah, that's it.
or trepidatiously excited.
Oh my gosh. Should we do a raid, you guys?
Yeah.
I
Who we
see.
got? I'm looking over on the side. I see Jay Chili playing marbles. I see VK playing D&D.
We did raid VK, like.
We
last
did
time.
raid VK last time.
Yeah. Let's do
I see-
let's do a J Chili raid. Why not?
Yeah. I was gonna say I see Matt Colville live, but he's like a big time
Oh.
streamer. So it's like-
I think some of those people
Sure.
don't allow raids.
Yeah,
but-
that's another
probably
thing
not.
too.
Probably
yeah.
not because when they're at that level, raids like throw their numbers.
Yeah.
Oh,
brings a
he's
lot
almost
into
done
suspicion,
when he plays marbles.
so.
Well, I guess we better get on it then.
Joe's playing marbles. He's almost done his stream. Just a heads up. Okay, interesting. We could ride the
Alright,
raid
let's
wave.
do it. Let's do it.
Could do it.
I
Yeah.
think we should. I'm gonna hit the
Let's
button.
just raid.
Let's do a thing.
Let's just.
You guys, grab a message and come along with us and say hi to Joe.
I'm gonna grab this one with wine chicken.
And let's say hi to Joe. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, you guys. I love you all. Thank you so much for the subs, the resubs, the bits, everything that you guys threw at us today, and hanging out in general. We love you all. We'll see you all later.
We'll see you with more Winds of Chaos in a couple weeks.